B. Hi everyone, welcome to Dragon's Brew D&D. I am Dragons and Cats, and I'm going to be a DM for tonight. I'm going to be running my friends here through the continuation of our campaign. But let's go around the table, find out who's playing with us tonight, and what they remember from last session. Starting off, we'll go to let's go to Boneweave. Tell us.
Oh wait, wrong character.
Oh yeah, true.
So I'm Luke, playing Casimir the Tiefling Wizard. So last session, we got back to Riverguard. We finished up with the funeral for Angel, and then we just sort of settled in, had a meet and greet kind of deal with the people who'd arrived. And then, what happened next?
Well, we'll find out from BM Curfew, who is playing who?
Brad playing Belvin, Human Paladin. Last session, Belvin had a test for all the tieflings that want to go adventuring from our keep, and yeah, that was a fun little interaction, I'd say.
Fair. Also with us tonight is the provost of bots and the wildest wildling of the north. Give it up for... You need no introductions. You got yourself, I see.
Rob, I'm playing Ikram the Asimir Druid, and last week we came back and I gave my disciple a pet Allosaurus named Enki to look after. And
Pet what now? What breed was it?
Probably pronounced it wrong, did I?
What breed was
Allosaurus.
it? Are you sure is that your final answer?
Allosaurus, yes.
Is that wrong?
No, not Allosaurus.
Oh,
God damn it.
Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus.
There you go.
Wow.
Hence, Anky.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah, it's not Ellie.
Maybe I should get an Oh my god, an Allosaurus. And
I can't
she
even.
performed quite well with the fight that Belvin had to. That she had to do with Belvin, and I was proud.
Wonderful. So let's dive into tonight's session of Dragon's Brew D&D. Ba, 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 ba. Loading screen. So, like we said previously on Dragon's Brew D&D, the friends have made their way across the world, sailing towards the land of Chult, in which they searched across the land for the source of this undead infestation that was going across the land, while also assisting a member of the Order of the Gauntlet known as Angel. They assisted her to Camp Vengeance, where they were swarmed by undead, but they managed to fend them off. They made their way across the jungle after the camp was overrun, arriving, eventually finding their way towards, in the direction of the lost city of Mesro after meeting up with a Tabaxi hunter by the name of Bag and Nails, who also held the other half of the broken crown of Mesro. After a little bit of a couple of shots back and forth between our Tabaxi Sandstorm, who's not with us tonight, unfortunately, doing some wedding stuff.
Can't even tell.
Quiet as always. Our party eventually found the lost city of Mesro and uncovered its secrets, which happened to be the Shadow's Hunt, a armor set that led to the path and title of King of Mesro. or king or queen of Mesro, and also gained the assistance of a behemoth, Kiko, to which they called it Betty.
I forgot about that.
I regret nothing.
A giant floating earth moat called, that the locals had been calling the Heart of Uptau was floating around Chult, searching for something that seemed, leading the undead horde. And when it appeared at the walls of Mesro, the party faced it and eventually brought it down with a couple of strikes of lightning. After investigating, they found the tiny hut in which Casimir dispelled the hut. Unfortunately, battle broke out. Angel passed on, the first to die, and it was a tough battle between them all, but they managed to take down the Lich and take down the green worm speaker Neurovane, who just so happened to fall in the right spot to teleport away. They also took down the green dragon, Choth, in which they teleported his corpse to their keep. Our friends then made their way back to home after realizing at Port Nyanzaru that the ship that they arrived on, the Leaky Dinghy, was sunk by a dragon turtle that they had crossed paths on a trip over. So instead they teleported home. Once they did, they realized that it was a slow process for the body. They had a funeral procession for Angel by turning her body to ash and planting it around, and planting a tree sapling around the ashes in the ground and fertilizing the ground, causing a little sapling to sprout with silver leaves. They then spent the rest of the evening checking over the town, looking over at the progress that Riverguard Keep has now become, a actual settlement. The next morning, they put their tiefling companions that they rescued from the depths of Castle Neoter to the metal, in which Belvin tested each and every one of them, as it was Belvin the Paladin of Helm versus these tieflings who had just come to know their abilities. After being bested, Belvin took all of the tieflings back into the keep and congratulated each and every one of them, but also gave them a bit of a scolding, especially after Ikram and Casimir reflected on their pros and cons. All of them, though, feel cocky. Well, not cocky, but confident in their ability to, as they think they can be better and do better. We bring our session in tonight at the end of that conversation. The tieflings have all sat down for a meal. Ramses brought out the steaks that have been cut from the green dragon, apparently. Massive flank steaks that are dripping in gravy. Small serve of mashed potato to the side. And while they dig in, Ikram, Sandstorm, and Casimir have also walked in, have been in the rooms just by the great door, the two double doors of the great hall of the keep. And we begin tonight's session from that point. The tieflings feeding, Ramsey walks back into the kitchen, and Brom calls over Sandstorm, in which Sandstorm looks a little confused, and they have a little conversation, Brom basically pointing out all these unopened letters addressed to him from the Duchess Morwen of Daggerford. Alton stands beside him and begins to advise him on just certain processes in which he's picked up.
Casimir's not going to help out Sandstorm. Because he's had this coming for a while.
Casimir stands beside you and gives a
Finally.
nod.
It's like, oh, what's this
Finally give him
responsibility,
Yeah,
Sandstorm?
I was gonna say, finally give him a taste of what he actually.
Lord of Riverguard.
He's already straining and scratching his head. Casimir, since it is still morning, turns to you, Casimir, sorry, and says, after the meal is complete, I will be taking Samal, and we will be continuing the dissection of the dragon until the group is ready to take off. If you are going to allow them to accept this quest.
I think they're ready. And I'll help you with the remains until they leave.
Excellent. Shall we?
After you.
Oh, thank you.
No, after you.
And like that goes on for about 20 seconds until Casimir gives in and walks.
Just
And
call him Kaz. Casimir and Kaz.
K1 and K2.
No, just Kaz. Just call him Kaz, I'd say. Make it a bit easier.
you have a couple of laborers with you, helping you during this process to cut up the meat and deal with that. Ikram and Belvin, what would you like to do at this current time?
Well, after eating, of course.
Oh no, he's been abducted by the astral.
And he's gonna go back into his room, excuse himself, and then go back into his room, and he's gonna sit down and sort of have a look at his Black Dragon armor pieces that he has in his room.
Okay, so you head on up to your room, you pull out and display the Black Dragon helm and the Black Dragon shield, known as the Dreadwall. Ikram, during this time, what are you up to?
I don't really know. I don't know.
Everyone's just like simultaneously went off and you're just like, huh? What?
What's everyone doing there?
It's still early morning. It's only like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Tend to the trees.
Oh,
Guess
muddles.
I'll go have a look and check out how the trees are doing, I guess.
Well, has Osa gone out and actually shown all the progress?
No,
not
not yet.
Well, you can.
No, I
go-
might go out and have a stroll out there and just see how things are going, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Maybe I'll
you
check
could-
on Muddles as well.
You could be like, Osa, show me the progress of the trees. If you-
Just go out there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Leaves the apprentice.
Don't
Let
have
her
a bonding
figure out that
session
I'm-
or anything like that. Nah, it's cool, whatever.
No, that way. I have so many bonding sessions with her. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's a dinosaur. Have fun.
Yeah.
Right, so as you go and explore the grounds of Riverguard and the surrounding settlement, beyond the eastern wall is the corpse of trees that have begun to sprout and about 5 feet high. This little forest that you've created before you left, that you set in motion, seems to be all well tended to. The crops out front of the keep as well look all wonderfully preserved, and as if the soil itself has been communed with in a way. You see that the right bugs are in the right places. The ones that will assist, not the ones that will destroy. And even mice tend to avoid the area as you're making your rounds. Make a perception check for Muddles.
I told you so those trees were. They were like
5 feet.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Just some wee
Upper
saplings.
waist.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Perception.
Perception.
And that is under P for perception.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
All right, so you find Muddles is a good way up to the north in the hills, but is by a rock and is basically just doing the bare necessities, scratching it back, just scratching its back on the rocks.
Do they eat vegetables and stuff, or is it only fish?
You know that owlbears are fairly carnivorous.
I might just go up to it and just see how it's doing. Maybe I'll maybe I grab some meat from the fridge before I left or something with that in mind.
Some nice dragon steak.
Even though they don't have fridges.
We have a cooling room.
A cooling room.
Yeah, magic, and you can keep it cool.
Yeah, true. Well, I'll grab some meat or something and go out and. How you doing, buddy?
And he's just like, and he looks down at you. With your perception check as well, you can see that there, along his flank, there are a few jagged scars in between the fur and feathers. Some are still scabbed. Very fresh scars. Still, one wound is still kind of scabbed over.
Can I tell what the scars are from? Are they claws or are they just sticks and
Make a nature check.
general? 14.
You know they're not natural weapons, such as claws and such. The edges and the lacerations look from a thrusting impact.
Could
But
have been those
quite
blades.
jagged.
Those goddamn lizards.
No, I'm thinking it could have been those. What were they? The things that Osa and that want to go take out.
Goblins.
The gobbies.
Goblins. Yeah, it could be the gobbies. I'm gonna try and get closer to it and hold out the stakes and that.
Muddles reels down onto the big paws and kind of and just
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. I'm also gonna cast Speak with Animal.
Muddles comes up and what's this? What?
Got a snack for you, buddy. Say that you got a few pretty deep cuts there, man. What happened?
It looks at its flank, lifts up its massive arm. Small cave rats. Small cave rats.
Looks pretty extreme for small cave rats.
Stink.
Ah, gotcha. Well, do you want me to help patch that up for you?
And then it just steak. Meat.
So I throw the steak at it. Yeah. I throw it up in the air, and it kind of, I'm assuming it just catches in its mouth.
Yeah, it just reels up on its hinds and just stands up. It's about 9 feet at this point as it stands. It just
Then I'll just go up to its side and just cast Cure Wounds along the side of it.
put your hands up again. There's a golden burning light.
Almost in like a patting motion, like kind of just patting it, and then just kind of like braze over that and
you
cast Cure
pat,
Wounds on it.
you pat into it, and with each stroke, probably about after the 8th, the fresh scars just begin to seal up and disperse, and it looks like new feathers begin to look like they're going to sprout.
There you go. Much better.
And he nozzles up against you.
I'll just put my arm around like, who's a good owlbear?
I am. Oh,
And even keep it out of trouble.
and you hear him say, "I've a horned one. It's good. I've a horned one. Good. I've a horned one. It's good."
Fuck's got a horn. Is that Osa? Oh, yeah, she does have horns.
She's
You're
a
bloody apprentice, mate.
Well, I'm glad she's looking after you.
You then
Now there's a. You might not have seen the other animal that's quite new.
it's
A little bit bigger and heavier.
Mm.
But don't be intimidated by it. It's friendly, and you two will get on just fine.
Make an animal handling check as its brow furrows. Just this owlbear just looks at you, just like.
14. Rolling pretty consistent.
Looks at you and then just moves its head back towards the steak and continues to munch into it. Hey, Minjoff, we're good, thank you. Playing some D.
And I'll be like,
You'll be like, frozen?
I'm just gonna say like, don't worry, you're still my favorite.
Don't know what's your favorite.
And with that, the giant owlbear just goes and gives you an owlbear hug. Crash tackling you to the ground.
Body slam.
Take
Yeah.
D6 damage.
Yeah, broken hips.
This is awesome.
This damn thing is heavy,
Worth it.
but it's nice enough
Worth
to
it.
not completely crush you. Belvin, you're up in your room examining your dragon scale shield and your black dragon helm. Right?
He just gonna like put his hand out and touch the shield and just see if he can feel any sort of anything.
You focus your will, and after about a minute, you can begin to sense that same acidic presence, that aura, and even that feeling of dread from the shield that you would become so familiar with. As if it's slowly reaching back out to you.
And Belvin just lets out like a smirk. It's like, I thought so. And then kind of looks at the black dragon helm at the same time. Picks it up. Looks at it. And then just puts it on. Just to see if he still has the connection to it.
You stand there awkwardly for about a minute, 2 minutes, 5.
I feel like I would know in like the first minute.
Yeah.
If I definitely feel like the senses aren't changed when I put the helmet.
Yeah, your senses aren't changed, but by the time you take it off, you realize you might need to spend the same amount of time you spent with it when you first had it, focusing on it and creating that link between.
Yep, which is what Belvin will do.
Belvin stays in his room for 2 hours, reattuning to his items.
Was that for both?
Yes.
Yep.
Hour for both. Noon comes around. Belvin, you've attuned to both your shield and to your helm. Your senses sharpen again.
When I have it on.
When you have it on. It's that moment where you have it on and then you just realize, okay, you can now, gain that ability. You feel quite assured that acid is your best friend.
Yeah. That's what you want.
I wonder what it's like for creatures with dark vision. Like when they close their eyes, they just see their eyelids.
Just grey.
It's not black.
And seeing. Hold on.
Oh no, he's in trouble.
Oh no.
Strahd point 2.
Also, something. While he's kind of attuning to the helm, he starts remembering something about the Black Dragon helm. It's like it reminds me of someone. Oh, that's right. And he's going to go to his drawer and have a look at his sending stone that he has.
It's in the shape of a curled up dragon. It's just a little flat stone, probably about size of twice the size of a 50-cent piece.
How big is that for our American viewers, Carl?
Probably about that. In and about that.
It's about
Something you can hold in your hand.
like a palm size.
It's palm size. Palm size. Palm size.
I was going to say, 50-cent piece ain't that big.
Yeah.
But it's probably as big as a 50-cent piece.
But double 50 cent.
But yeah, pick it up. It's got the embroidery of a dragon on it, and there's a small little cavity where its mouth is.
He's just gonna contemplate it for now. And he puts it back into his drawer. And then he's gonna go out and just do the rounds, seeing if anybody needs help and stuff.
Yeah, you relieve a couple of guards from their posts just so they could take a break throughout the day. About 3 o'clock rolls around, you all meet back up.
Am I able to do a check for training? No, a check for training. Muddles.
Okay, so...
While you do that, I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's just bring up...
The animal handling check. Just while I'm out here.
Yeah, alright, so... are you trying to
Just
do it in...
Animal handling check, and I'm going to hit 18, I think.
Yes. Alright, so is this going to be for run, for stay? Or is this for something more complicated?
No, I think I'll just stick to the... Yeah, so it takes one try to learn stay, run, or follow, and then things like scouting, hunting, attacking, or retrieving take 3 hits. I'll probably just do run.
Okay.
Is
So
it like
animal
retreat?
handling, is it?
Is that what run means?
You command it to go in a direction.
No.
Okay.
You see that Nuddles
Oh,
is
okay,
just
I was-
way too focused in his consumption of the steak, and then he's just going back to his back scratching. He's just
Yeah, fair
ugh.
Is there like things like say riding? Is that similar to like
I'd say
scouting or hunting?
you'd be able to easily do that with follow
Write it now.
Did you say writing or writing?
riding.
Riding.
Like, I don't think you can teach it to write.
Nope.
Don't think you could hold a pencil.
Give it a headband of intellect. We'll see what happens.
Hey man, elephants can paint. Maybe I could teach an owlbear.
It's not an owlbear. It's an owlbear.
Oh my god, could it be an owlbear?
Just a bear with a really long like trunk.
Casimir,
Yes.
while you're going about your daily activities, you feel
Anyway, that's all I want to do, and then I'll head back once.
I feel.
okay. So Ikram's heading back. Casimir, throughout your daily activities, you feel a ping in your mind, something breaking through your private sanctum. You feel your spell being broken.
How does that work?
Something forcing its way through.
Where was this cast? Over the whole place, or
You make an Arcana check to find out.
I sure will.
But you know it's down below.
Ooh. Alright, 16.
16. That shouldn't happen. That
Yeah.
definitely shouldn't happen. That's
So it wasn't like a spell. It was like something forcibly broke through the travel portion of the spell.
yeah, something actually. It was like something actually managed to come through, in a sense.
Alright. Well then, I will immediately warn like the party and Casimir.
just say Kaz.
But I'm Kaz.
You're Casimir. No one calls you Kaz.
They could.
Oh no!
You can't make your own nickname.
Sandstorm did.
True.
But yeah, I'll warn everyone, and I want to head down there immediately.
Belvin will immediately follow when Casimir tells him. Because you tell her that it came from underneath.
Portal,
Yeah,
like I think something broke through the portal
yeah,
in the caverns.
that just rings alarm bells all around.
That's not good.
So
All right.
make sure he goes and grabs his shield and helm first.
You guys break, gear up, put everyone on high alert, and make your way down into the caverns.
Cast some spells on the way.
Spell
Telepathic
up.
bond. At such a point of time that it's not going to run out. Like, so it'll be finished casting roughly when
Yeah.
we reach the top of the waterfall.
When
Basically,
you reach the top of the waterfall and get down, you can cast that spell super easy.
as a ritual.
As a ritual, you can do that. You make your way down into the depths of the torrents below. And as you explore down through it, being ever so cautious, are you walking on the water? Okay.
I do cast water breathing every morning as part of my morning ritual.
Yeah. Okay. But how are you guys going to traverse the water? Like the water?
Ikram has water walking, I think.
Okay.
Kaz doesn't.
Cool. Well, we've lost a rub for the moment.
I mean, if I had to sit down and cast water breathing, then he would have had the same amount of time to cast water walking.
Yeah. Definitely so.
For ease.
You guys make your way down towards the depth, which is the water planar node. And as you guys get to the top of the waterfall that pours down below into this large lake edifice with the what seems to be the darkened orb of the private sanctum spell that you've put up. Oh no, it's a cube, is it not?
Private sanctum?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a cute square area.
Yeah. On this square edifice, you see one side has basically been cracked, fissured open, split, and you see before it is it's a figure, silver hair, midnight blue robes that kind of split at the back into a wing-like aesthetic, and there is this large crescent metal piece on his lower back, just over his small of his back, that seems to be wrapped in a holster. You see, he's after looking around, you can see that it is an elf. Its ears not facing outwards like the most elves you know, but more or less facing directly upward at a little bit of an angle. And you see from his hands is this blue sparkling glitter at the tips of his fingers as he's whistling it around down along the fissure, seemingly bringing the fissure back together.
Who goes there?
His head pops up, and he turns around, and instantly the sword is out to his side. Then he stands peacefully and goes, "Hi!" I didn't mean to burst your spell here.
Burst your bubble.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for best bubble, eh?
Huh. And he just kind of chuckles. Hi. How are you doing? Question, why do you have a portal here?
You still haven't told us who you are.
Dearest apologies. My name is Ishgrin. I am a sweeper of the Frost Prince.
Do we know anything about that?
You can make me a history check.
21.
You know the Frost Prince to be a ancient archfey. Beyond the plains.
State your business. Why are you here?
Well, and he just kind of approaches you, like takes a couple of steps, and then his body disintegrates into glitter, and he appears directly in front of you, bursting into this flash of blue glittering light. And he just casually, nonchalantly just says, "Well, I think you're about to have a bit of an infestation problem." There's
Teleporting Kessel immediately, like, be on guard. Just be like,
Yeah,
don't do that again.
Belvin's grabbing his sword tightly, just there.
do what? He doesn't realize, like, he's got that look in his eyes, just like, what?
Stay still.
It's alright. This area here has us a bit on edge. You've had some experiences here.
What with that?
Yeah, somewhat.
What comes from that?
You know you can close that.
think this one here wants to use it in some way. Magic, though, I'm not too sure. But as you were saying, what is this infestation you were talking about?
Oh, we back in the thingy.
You're back in the thing.
We've just met an elf
Someone broke through the portal.
and then repaired it.
Yeah.
This is
So-
it is
Ishkrim.
Ishkrim.
Ikrim? Meet Ishkrim.
Her name's Ishkrim.
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 Yeah.
Ishkrim.
Ishkrim.
Krin?
What a terrible
Yeah.
name.
Okay, Ishkrin.
It's only like 80% the same as yours.
Yeah.
What kind of elf is she? A wizard?
It's a he, isn't it?
Very androgynous, but has a more masculine tones.
Yep.
You see his eyes are just pure blue light, and his body swirls with magical tattoos and patterns that just swirl around underneath his robes.
So he definitely doesn't look like any elf we've probably seen before.
Unfortunately, no. This is an entirely new species. Something completely different.
But yes, you said infestation.
Yeah, infestation. So, what that means is, and he kind of begins pacing, this, and you see him kind of step to the side and step back, then readjust himself, nods. This sphere you're in, it's pretty well good. I mean, you have a bit of a demigod problem, but yeah, it's nothing too bad. Like there are some dark trails heading all in and out, but it's not. It's fine. It's fine. It's nothing catastrophic that could happen. What I'm talking about is something worse. You see, someone on this planet, within this sphere, in this section, is trying to do something horrible. They're trying to bring forth the worst thing a sphere could need. Even worse than, what is it? Even worse than the archdevil Asmodeus. Worse than that. Horrible. These things are Neverwings.
You say in this area, do you mean like, as in this small vicinity, or as in this entire island?
I think he means in our plane.
As in your
Yeah.
this entire plane
Yeah.
where this sphere is located.
Okay.
This,
Not
I
just
was
like
like, have we got?
I'm
this
not gonna.
small group of people here. One of you is the murderer.
I am the mole.
I'm not going to I'm not going to overwhelm you with details, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen here. I can already see the weave. I can already see the trail beginning to lead up to it. So you're going to have to be careful. And you're going to need something as solid as the spheres. Fortunately, I can only provide the shield, so I'm not going to deal with it. If you guys could, that would be great.
Well, what information can you give us on this?
What,
Never.
what proof have you also got? This guy's just rocked up, and he's rocking off some pretty heavy stuff.
So,
Yeah, and a below than average name.
ow. Ow.
You could probably
Ow.
file a copyright claim.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Pretty sure
I,
Ishkrin,
How much
I think
gold can
Ishkrim
I
did
sue
come
him for?
first, though.
Ishkrin came first. So.
Yeah.
So you can sue
Bruh.
you.
Yeah, he could see you.
I'm a fucking god, remember?
So, what I can tell you
Sue his ass.
that this someone, an undead, has an artifact that can rip an adult from the void through time, through the spheres, through the planes. If she's able to do that, this sphere is in trouble.
She.
Yes.
'Cause he said undead,
Is it a lich?
and
Belvin's sister.
undead woman. A fucking lich we fought.
Dude, are you referring to a lich in this realm?
Yes.
It's.
What was that? Olena?
Would you know the form that this lich takes on?
From what I've been able to discern, and from what Lyle knows, this lich, this Valindra Shadow Mantle, takes an elven form, high elf. Kind of sandy hair. This is what's been shown to me through planar scrying.
We've met this lich. We have faced this lich
Yeah.
on a couple occasions now.
We lost a friend to her.
And it was actually trying to use a god plate. Would Belvin actually know that? Belvin would know that, wouldn't he? That's what that.
We don't really know what they do, though.
That's what that pyramid was, wasn't it?
Yeah, the little pyramid device that was sent what seemed to be souls out into the air.
Yeah, but but we knew that was a god plate, wasn't it? That thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Angel told us that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I knew that, but I didn't know if it was me that knew that or Belvin. Anyway,
We all
she
did.
was using a god plate to transfer souls into undead,
Okay, that makes sense.
and which we foiled those plans. So
Well, that's good. That's really good.
but you're telling us that this same lich is finding another way.
From what I've been able to see, yeah. Now, you can stop it. But you're going to need some help.
What are you
Bye.
proposing?
Have you ever wanted to shift through time? Have you ever wanted to pass through planes?
Okay, did he say both those or
Yep.
one of
Yep.
them?
Both. You want to shift through time? Do you want to shift through planes? And he kind of looks very excited.
There's many a moment I would have wanted to shift back in time, but why? It's not possible, is it?
Easily.
Everything's possible with magic.
This one gets me. This one understands. Now.
Very dangerous, though. Tampering with time.
Oh yeah, for mortals.
Well, we got no rebuttal for
So-
that. I mean,
Is he implying that he's immortal?
From his smug face, yeah.
alright. Well, what is your proposal then?
You see, he pulls out a small wooden box with a crescent moon shape on it, and puts it out towards you. He opens it up, and inside are seven gems that resemble the midnight sky. Each of them seem to have a moon in them, with different phases of it. Look, he points to them all. He points to them and says, "Wait for all of these to become a crescent, and that will rip you to the Sword of the Spheres." He's a friend, and he's easily lured by kobolds. He's going to be in a stone city. He's going to be around about dusk, you'll see him. It's going to be near a shop that's been broken into. And I'm sure you'll figure out the rest. You'll have a little bit of time, so you're going to have to act fast.
So The way he's explaining things, like he's already experienced it.
Basically, yeah.
I am so sorry. What happened? I missed that.
Brad missed the last bit.
I missed that last bit.
Oh. He said he's going to be he's easily lured by kobolds. Especially a very certain kind of kobold. And he shows you this kobold wrapped in grey robes with a wicked looking smile on its face, wielding a staff in his palm through what seems to be illusion magic. Very minor illusion.
Okay. And so we need to seek this person out to help with this Netherwing.
Yes, he will be vital in taking it down. More or less than keeping it from coming back.
So what is this Netherwing?
Oh, it's a dragon.
But you said it comes back.
Yes. Once it's in your sphere, you're in trouble. And he says that with a smile. And I don't want to come back and erase everything. That's just too much collateral damage.
Too much paperwork.
It's too much paperwork. It's too much to deal with. I don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with it. I'm guessing you want to stay alive.
And when is this Netherwing supposed to appear?
You will see it'll be ready by the time the stones become a full moon. That is when
Do we
Shadow
know
Mantle.
where,
Before you, actually.
though? Oh. Well, at least we don't have to go looking.
Well, I say that, but timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. When I say before you could be anywhere. You will be seeked. Just gotta wait for the crystals to turn to full moon. By the way, why do you have that locked up? This big floating sphere.
Because we had what was it called again? Came out of it.
Aboleth?
Aboleth, that's it.
Trying to
We had
enslave us
an
all.
Aboleth problem that we believe came through that.
Yeah. Do you want to get rid of it?
How would you get rid of it?
Dust of dryness.
You say
Can
that
you-
like we know what that is.
How much dust do you need to take out, like to absorb this whole portal?
How,
You see his
and how dry is it?
it's dry, my dragon friend. It's very nice to meet you again, Raisha. Rysarath.
Who now?
He's
Looking over towards
Talking
Ignorant.
to him.
No.
which is what his former dragon self.
Yes, you have the same weave as Rysarath, so I'm assuming that you are him.
From what we've heard, once
I'm
was.
somewhat.
Eh,
I'm a piece.
once was. I don't know if you would be classed as that now.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm a piece of it.
Eh,
Of what I once was, I guess.
eh.
Yeah, you're not really. Your weave's not all there together, but you know, I can see it. Dust of dryness. You could. Maybe it's an alchemic component. You see, it's enchanted. It should easily be attainable in this sphere. There is quite a lot of unrestricted magics through this sphere, through this world. So you shouldn't really have a problem finding it.
Well, we can task this to our wizard here.
What?
Oh,
Casimir, Do the cinnamon challenge with the dust of dryness.
Okay, but is it dry enough?
All right. Well, what's the process that we need to do to meet this person?
Again, he takes the lid off the wooden box. Wait for all the 7 gems to turn to a crescent moon, in as you see these near obsidian gems with stars in them that seem to have just a sliver of a moon phase beginning in each of them. Wait for the moons to turn to a crescent. Then you'll be able to pass through the spheres and through time to wherever he is, lure him in with a kobold, and pop back out. His name is Vidar Lakrin.
All right. Seems simple enough.
What was it?
Vidar Lakrin. And easily enough, just tell him an oracle sent you. And Lyle here, and he pats his sword that's holstered on his back, will confirm with him and tell him it's all fine.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much. Trust me, you're going to be a great help to myself and the service of the Frost Prince. Now, if there's any other...
Is there any connection with these names? Iskrin, Lycrin? They're very similar.
Some things are one and the same.
Does Kryn mean anything?
A chosen name for that one. A stretched chain in the link, per se. But it's not important. Not important at all.
I think there are many things that are important that you seem to be skirting around.
But not that one. It's just a name. I mean, names do have power, of course. And trust me...
Is there any reason that your name and my name sound quite similar?
No.
We can find out in court.
Well... I'm an Eladrin. You're an Asimir. Well, this current form is. We're both sort of agents of God, so in regards, a lot of things kind of.
Oh.
Anyway, if that's all I'm here to deliver, if you believe you can take it, handle this, I wish you the best of luck.
Well,
So how do you intend to get out of here?
Easy. And you see just and a burst of light blue glitter, and he's just gone. As the glitter kind of speckles down, it kind of fades out of reality.
didn't have any more questions for him.
I really don't think he intended to answer any more questions.
Yeah, he sounded pretty vague.
He's probably
Well, like in
he's in like the
particular
top 5
areas.
least trustworthy people I've ever met.
I feel like your top 5 is pretty much every new person you
It's
ever
just
met.
like the top 4 is Sandstorm and then him.
And then whoever we meet next.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's pretty sure it's all new.
I mean, well, if his warning does save the world, then that'll boost my trust a fair bit.
Okay, so he obviously gave us this box.
He gave you the box.
Okay, Belvin has the box.
I want to inspect that cautiously just to make sure that's not anything dangerous.
Okay, make me Arcana check, make me investigation check, a Arcana check, and then a Jeweler's check.
Do a check on your checkity check.
Inspiration.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. And Jules. Ugh.
Cool. With your investigation, you see that the wooden box, it's simple in its construction. It's designed just to hold its contents. But its design allows only certain individuals to open. Between the lot of you, you're all able to open it. You're all able to take the lid off. The gems, subtle in their magical nature that they are, all seem to contain a endless night sky within it, surrounding upon a moon that seems to have a source of light shining upon it that reflects your own world in a way. You can't gather how much time needs to pass. It's more something you need to check on. Jeweler's kit itself, the jewels could probably be expensive.
Just sell them.
You know, and you know that through at the right timing, at the right moon phase, that these gems can unleash some serious magical forces across planes and out through these things called spheres.
So, the gems, does it seem like they need to be kept together, the 7 of them? Or are they intended to be split up? Like, one per person kind of thing?
The gems seem to be, as long as they're all contained within the same container.
Yeah, so they do need to be kept
but only when you need to open it up to use it. If separated, they're useless. Together,
Do they still have, like the moon or the sky when they're separate?
yes, they still do.
I'm just thinking it'd be good in case we're split up, like to have some sort of indicator. It's like, oh, we all need to meet up.
Yeah.
That's
When the
good.
moon, this moon phase, it seems to be in its very beginning of a new moon. With your jeweler's kit, make an intelligence check as well.
Do another check.
Do I keep doing
Yeah,
checks
all
until
the
I
checks.
pass? I'm rolling low tonight.
With your jeweler's kit, you realize that
Can I turn my camera off and on again, Hines?
Yes.
And
But
frozen
then,
like
can
like
you
this.
do the same, Brad, after him?
pro streamers, just hold on one second.
And chew.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rob's alive again.
Yay!
I'm not a frozen person anymore.
With your jeweler's kit,
Good
you
next
realize that there are only 7 faces on each gem.
The D7.
With with your intelligence check, you realize each face has a star. You count a total of 49 stars between all the gems.
America.
And yeah.
I feel like this is going to require some more investigating. He gave some good chunks of information to look into, like nether wings, like plane of travel, that sort of thing. He broke through my private sanctum frustratingly easily.
Make an Arcana check on your private sanctum as well, as you inspect it.
26.
It's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it's like you can just bypass it completely. Did I get a feel for his magic, or was it like magic, or was it like maybe like an innate ability?
From the residual energies left behind, this wasn't just the manipulation of magic. This was pure will of force magic. Basically,
So it's not like a spell. It was
not a
something greater.
something greater than a spell, something that is magic itself.
Okay.
As you all leave from the caverns, making your way back up to Riverguard Keep, is there anything you'd like to do for this current moment?
Check in with Elliot. Haven't caught up with Elliot for a while.
You go and check up with Elliot. You see that the lizard folk have nearly doubled in numbers, and they still praise her. She's having a grand old time, and she's grown quite large in size.
Yes, Mia. Hello.
Elliot, looks like you've been doing well.
I have. You brought something with you on your return, I guess. Something that
You're
stinks.
referring to the Dragon Corpse.
You can get a sense.
Does that displease you?
It, for a moment, disrupted my presence here. But it's not a bother.
I feel like the potential from it far outweighs any negatives.
Kind of looks you up.
I do apologize for the inconvenience.
You also seem to have a copper in and around your ranks. Did you know?
Not until we released it. And I wouldn't say it's our copper. It is quite old.
I'll have to be more careful then. Fine. Is there anything you'd wish to trade? What can I give you that you can give to me?
There's a lot of wood in the swamps, right? Lots of trees.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, for construction, we do require a lot of lumber. I was thinking, once we're more established, we could supply the lizard folk with better weaponry and armor to protect themselves in the swamps.
Elliot looks you up and over.
I guess that will be a fair trade. They're all so interested. These new wonders.
I hope to have a happy relationship with the lizard folk as neighbours.
I concur. Let me know when you want to harvest some of the swamp, though they will not be too happy. I will keep them in line.
We'll work out something that is fair for both parties. Something to keep them satisfied.
Agreed.
And if that's all wrapped up,
You head on back to the keep.
Yep.
I'd say about this time of day, it's night. Ramsey's cooked up a good old feed for you all. Sandstorm's still where he's been sitting after he got back from being downstairs as well. Back at the head of the table, his little desk. Alton basically saying, come on, you gotta go with a couple more things. We gotta get sent off by the morning, come on.
he's signed 3 letters all day.
Still
And he-
got
And he's just
paperwork.
like, and he actually uses his cloak to step back into the shadows, and he vanishes from sight. And he goes, "God damn it, not again!" Alton goes, "God damn it, not again!"
Said 15 minutes work all day.
Yeah, literally. At this point, the tieflings and yourselves, the 3 of you, are having dinner together.
Having some nice dragon steak.
Having some nice dragon steak.
I would try and contact Ramilia and Wakonga to see if they're interested in buying any dragon steaks, because we do need to get rid of it fairly quickly.
They message you back, replying, "It's not really our area of expertise, but we can give you some contacts."
The steak is just like, it's some fine dining.
Then once you explain that, they go, "Oh yes, of course. Send it through a portal whenever you're ready."
There may be some other parts once we've organised what we have.
Wonderful. We would. And Ramilia is most interested, and even Wakanga is like, "I could definitely use some claws if you have any."
I'll see what we can do.
Wonderful.
Are we making any money out of this, or is this just a favor?
No.
No, it's a sale. It's a sale.
Okay. Wasn't sure if it was just like we scratch your back.
No. It's like, how big's this back scratcher of theirs? This
Dragon
fucking
claw
whole
size.
Yeah, basically, I don't want the meat to go bad. Like, we've been preserving it with magic, but that won't last forever.
Yeah.
Was this during dinner or was this after? Or...
That would have been like before, basically.
Right. Okay.
And it's only the meat, so it's like, I haven't organised to sell anything else in case you guys want to use it. For now.
I don't think there's a use for it.
Brad, there's a use for it. This use, Brad.
Money.
Yeah, that's what you could do that. You can take care of that. Then. You're the one that brought it here. Yeah.
It'll be worth it.
All right. With that, I think we will take our break unless there's anything else you want to mention for the moment.
No.
Yeah. Probably a good time.
Okay, no worries. Let's go ahead and have our little break, and we're going to have a little bit of a bio break, and I'm going to be right back. And we'll continue on tonight's episode of Dragon's Brew D&D.
Yes, Cinderella. All our magical practices past the Riverguard standards,
Ha! Right.
which is use magic. That is the standard. Magic's good.
Yeah, whatever.
You guys are just jealous.
I do my things, you do your thing.
You cut things, and I do the magic thing, so you can cut things. That's my job, pretty much, right?
I mean, I could cut things without your magic. I'm just saying.
But you can cut things better with my magic. Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see about that.
Alright, I'm gonna get a drink.
Yeah, same. Right back.
Entertain the stream, Rob. You muted, by the way.
Don't leave me with the people. Ah. Hi. How is everyone? Yeah, no, it's a coincidence. It's pretty good. Yeah. I don't actually normally wear a flannel. I just Halloween. My job today we had to build a horror maze, and we played a bunch of hillbilly zombies. I still got a little bit of blood on my face, which I forgot to get off. I work at film school, and basically I'm in charge of like the cameras and the lights and stuff like that. At the moment. So for some of the students, we just did this little horror maze thing. It was pretty fun. Except my throat's all wrecked from having to scream at kids. Well, not kids, but because they're all over 18. Yeah. It's pretty fun. Yeah, not bad. What do you guys do? Yeah, as long as it makes money, then it's a job, I guess. My job, I just get to dress up more, which is fun. I think I've got a photo of like all the boys from today. It was pretty cool. All dressed up as zombies and got told I look like Bobby from Supernatural. Yeah, but I feel like a call center, you're always just gonna get yelled at because no one wants those phone calls.
Oh, he holding down the fort, eh, Rob?
Yeah, this has been scary. I've never had to do this. It's terrifying.
Pressure's on you, is it?
Yeah, it's this sucks. No, I've been talking about work and why I'm dressed in a flannel.
Because you were dressed as Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. That's what it was.
Bloody good movie.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
That would have been a hard movie, I think.
You
It's
reckon?
like right because you have to make it. Oh, just because like this, like it's all about the way that you shoot it and stuff to make it believable that these people don't actually know what the other one's doing. If that makes sense.
Oh,
It's kind of a
right.
tricky one.
What movie?
Well, half of it's in like the forest where all the kids like kill themselves.
Yeah, true.
Wait, what movie?
Yeah, that's so fucked up. The Chippendale. Was it Chippendale
I don't know.
versus Evil?
Oh,
Basically, it's just these two dudes that look like hillbillies, and they go out and
That's
they
it, that's
buy-
the story.
they think that
They-
these
they buy it.
teenage kids are on a suicide pact, and then
But what it is,
the
they
other
buy,
people
they
think
buy a
that they're
cabin
going
in the
and
woods.
killing all of their friends.
mm.
But they buy a cabin in the woods and they go there to do it up. So they've got all the gear to do the whole cabin up. And it's these teenage kids that are swimming in this lake or pond or whatever. And they're like fishing.
Mm.
And somehow one of the girls, part of the teenage group, like bangs her head on a rock or something, is like passed out. Then all the other friends see the two guys find her and like bring her into a boat, being like, "Oh my god, like we've got your friend, she's hurt." And but all they hear is, "We've got your friend." And like, "Oh my god, they've got her!" And they just run away and stuff like that. And it's like, "Oh, they just ran away." And then they take her back and like look after her and stuff like that. And then all the other teenage kids like follow them and like thinking, "Oh my god, they're gonna kill her" and stuff like that. And like, yeah, and one of them is like chopping up trees in like this wood chipper. And one of the kids are like run at him. He's running at him. He's like, "Ah!" And then he just like runs away and he trips over a root or something and then head first into the wood chipper. And so all these kids are just killing themselves.
And isn't it like, and the dudes think that they're on a suicide pact, but
Yeah.
the kids think that these guys are doing all the killing. It's
I killing
pretty
all of
funny.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a funny movie.
It's
You should
fucking
watch
weird.
it, man. It's so good. Like it's so well done in that way.
Like, is this a comedy or a horror or what?
It's It's comedy.
Horror-ish comedy.
I wouldn't say horror.
No,
like-
like there's like a little bit of horror.
There's a bit of gore.
What a mix of genres.
There's gore. I wouldn't know if you call it like horror in a sense.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a comedy. I think it's funny.
What are we
I
doing?
just kind of can't gore as kind of
Maybe you think it's
horror.
comedy because you're a sick fuck, Brad.
Maybe, quite possibly. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. If you've seen that.
Yeah, I have. I have seen that.
Yeah, good movie. That's who
Is it a
Rob's
comedy?
dressed up as.
It's comedy horror.
Well, I'm not. I'm saying it's
What a
gore.
combination.
I'm just saying. Most people think horror as just scary.
Hmm.
You know, like spooky stuff. But so for me, it was just the gore because this guy literally jumps headfirst into a wood chipper.
Mm.
Like, come on.
No, he tripped.
But he did. He tripped.
Alright, so, would you guys like to jump into the game, or you guys want to have a little, go have your little bio break and I'll entertain?
I got cake. I'm good.
Cool. All right.
I got a bowl of water.
Let's jump on back into tonight's game.
I don't have any free hands.
Well,
They're occupied with cake.
best of luck.
I might just go pee real quick.
Okay. We will remain on break. Yes. Good
We
save,
will.
Rob.
Good save, Rob. So, welcome, one and all. I am Dragons Are Cats. I am playing tonight's DM, and with me tonight are my friends. As you can tell, thoroughly prepared.
Always.
And you know it. It's Dragon Brew D&D. We got some spooky stuff coming up for you spooks out there. And I'm not talking about the gore. I'm talking about some scary monster stuff. Since it is Halloweenies.
In Australia, that is. As you can see.
Is it past midnight in America?
Yes,
Okay.
it's morning. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, depending on where you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on which part of the.
Watch out, Cineral.
We're after you. We're after that 5:50 a.m. hype. Where are you? Yeah. It's Miami is 6:30 in the morning.
That's an effort to be up at that time, honestly.
That's when that's like I had breakfast, had a shower, had brushed my teeth, and had gotten ready for work this morning. By 6:30.
I was asleep at 6:30.
Yeah, there, Casimir. Fuck you.
I get smoten.
Right.
Go.
Oh, sorry about the ghoul.
Go on, no.
Get out.
I can't, I'm trapped.
Shit, fair, fine, okay, alright. Whatever. It's fine. But I'm glad you guys have received your 7 sets of 7.
Got some shiny new gems to sell.
If there's some new gems to sell, go for it. You'll just buy them back when you need them.
I do occasionally wonder, like, I wonder what Kyle would do if I tried to just completely derail his shit.
I dare you to.
Nah, I know you put in lots of work, so I don't do that. I'm nice.
Thank you.
And also, I don't want to die.
May derail all you want. We'll work around it.
They appear back in your pocket. Infinite money scheme.
Exactly. So I reckon you should definitely stream that. Definitely stream that.
Yeah, you stream it. And I'm gonna not have the audio on because I hate scary shit. I'm a little bitch.
I don't like spiders, and the last episode of Doctor Who was fucking horrifying. If y'all don't watch Doctor who are you?
I'm Casimir.
Damn it. Alright, fair.
Doctor Who? Yeah, nice.
I've had enough of this game. I want to get off. Alright, so Rob's taking longer than expected. Casimir, was there anything you wanted to do throughout the couple of days as well while you've been here, other than just spending time carving up the dragon?
Yeah, it'd be like laying down teleport circle, private sanctums. Hopefully they do something. I'm hoping there's not multiple Iskrins that can just bypass all that shit.
We'll make an investigation check into what resources you currently have to see if you have anything at all.
22.
The only lead you can gather from that is it is a higher form of Eladrin. The elfiest of elves that ever elved. But you're not, other
He's
than
not a high elf, he's like a higher elf.
he's the highest elf. His glasses say swag. He's got a YOLO shirt on.
420 necklace.
Yeah. Everything like that.
Alright, he's banned.
What kind of nitty tricks would you like to be able to do with a fantasy genre mecha?
Nifty.
Nifty.
Not nitty.
Ah. I'm sorry, my eyes. Well, I enjoy the real robot genre. Though going for some nice, cool, outlandish powers would be really nice.
Like by default,
No.
they're fantasy. Like mechas are
Yeah.
fantasy. Like sci-fi.
Exactly. Give me that Gundam shit.
What do you mean?
Throwing
Like magic and mecha sort of combining. Is that what you mean?
mecha science, fantasy science.
Magical mechas.
I'm fairly certain that. Oh yes, like Escaflowne. Yes, let's just play a game of Escaflowne.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a wonderful anime.
Okay. I'm guessing it's mechas.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like mecha knights. Mech suits are like knights, like suits of armor. You're in? I'm in. Let's play some Escaflowne. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, Brad.
Sorry, I was not paying attention really until I just read the chat just then. So
Smile and wave.
That's fine. Right.
Yeah, I think Rob's died in the toilet.
Yeah, I think we'll send out a rescue crew for him.
Or have I?
Oh Jesus, goddamn Christ!
It
Come
was
on,
all a
buddy.
ruse.
Come on, buddy, get on screen.
I am actually sitting in front of the computer.
It's just frozen again,
It's
for
frozen
fuck's
again.
sake.
All right, turn off your cameras.
And then Brad will have to do it too.
what happened?
Turn
Oh,
off your camera, buddy.
We all got baited. Were you just waiting for
oh
us?
hi.
Well, were you just waiting
No.
for us to mention you?
No, I literally just sat down and you said it.
Did the pee turn into a poo, Rob?
No, I was I was putting my dinner back and
That would have been
my
very awkward.
wraps in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it
even
was
want to go into
handy.
the details of that.
Pushed a bit too hard there, Rob.
Never trust a fart.
Did I miss anything?
Not really.
Cool.
Just mostly us waffling on.
Yeah, we waffled hard.
We don't do that. What are you talking about?
Right, so we come back into tonight's game of D&D. You have just enjoyed your dragon flank steaks, wonderful as they are. After finishing meals, Osha and the rest of the tieflings are happy to, well, Osha and Sam will take the plates that have been laid out and return them back to Ramsey. They seem to be on good terms with the half-orc, who gives them a quiet whereas Demarcus seems to just leave with a sack of ale, and Cyrus just gives him a head shake.
No manners. Whose kid is that? Akra?
As Demarcus is working away, you realize he's about 32 years old.
Yeah. How is Ikram? Is Ikram actually older than him? It'd be close.
That's good. Good question.
I am 35.
Yeah.
Just barely.
You're the senior citizen.
3 years senior.
If only I was treated with the respect.
We'd treat you with respect if you didn't have dementia.
Oh no, we've lost. We gain a Rob and then we lose a Brad.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just not our night.
But it's Brad actually gone though.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was an illusion.
He was not there all along. Yeah, that sucks.
So is it morning now? Or is this dinner?
Just after dinner, but we can say it becomes morning again.
We had a few days, did you say? A few days with... You mentioned doing stuff for the next few days?
Yeah, what were your intentions over the next couple of days?
Well, when were the tiefling apprentices going to go on their little goblin investigation?
They basically were waiting for you to give them the okay lead out into the world.
Well, we're not going to lead them out. This is their first assignment.
Oh yeah, if they felt comfortable enough, then they can take it up and leave when they need to.
And then we follow them.
Yeah, I'm scouting. Like, I'll be like Batman in the darkness, like,
But,
watching them. Like,
So it was the goblins, I'm assuming, that attacked Muddles. From the sounds of it. Little cave rats. Not literally cave
Goblins
rats.
taking on an owlbear.
There might have been a lot of them.
it'd have to be the goblins. Like,
Because lizards don't live in
caves, right?
caves. Like, lizardmen don't live in caves. They live in
It
the
would make
swamps.
sense if they're cold-blooded.
They live in the swamps.
Oh, that's something that you're gonna have to figure out. Get information on first.
As you guys discuss this over dinner, and Cyrus kind of chimes in and goes like, it's a bit of smart thing to do. Well, make sure we're well prepared. We got this. We can handle this. We want to make sure that we can thin the numbers as much as possible. Also, welcome, Mumi. Thank you. Come on in. Thank you for the incredible photos as well. You were a godsend to work with.
So I don't want them to know that we're going to scout ahead. Like, so if they were around, like, just so you know, like, I don't want them to be knowing that we're scouting them, like, from afar.
I have a plan.
Cool. It is.
So, Ikram can cast Pass Without Trace, Casimir can cast Invisibility, and we can literally, if you want to fly or we can just walk, Like, and we can just watch from afar, basically. And that could
Yep.
be like the two of us or everyone or whatever.
Yep.
What do you say to that, mate?
Otherwise, I can just polymorph and stuff as well.
Don't just polymorph the kids.
Into whales.
The goblins will never see it coming. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your allies.
I can also tree stride as well.
That's not good for, like, actually observing people and following them around, though.
Yeah, so I can transport between trees up to 500 feet.
Yeah, but I was just thinking we could just literally trail them.
Oh, I just meant in general.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
come in handy.
Yes. What do you think there, Belvin?
This is all you guys. You guys are following them. I'm doing nothing.
Oh, it's alright, Ikram. We'll handle the magic.
So, wait, with your invisibility, do you...
Why would I want to
cast
follow
it
them?
on both of us, or
If they
just
feel they're
just one of
comfortable
us?
enough to do it, then let them do it. That's how we did our first. That's how we first gained experiences.
He doesn't understand what it's like to have an apprentice, does he, Ikram?
No, he's got no idea.
Maybe not so much an apprentice, but I had many people in the army I taught and led out into battle.
Yeah, but it's the army. If they die, they die. Whereas here,
It's a little bit more personal.
their soul.
Wow. You're saying that I didn't have a relationship with the men in the army.
If you had relationships with
The
them,
men and
that's
the
fine.
women-
Oh,
That
okay,
force-
man. That's you. You do you, bro.
That's
You
fine.
had relationships. That's fine.
Ugh.
2018, man. You can do whatever you want.
Belvin, during this conversation, within your mind, there is a ping, a spark of attention.
And then the dial-up ringtone. For all the fans who are under the ages of 25.
Yeah.
Who
That's how
never
you
Don't understand.
don't understand. Dial up.
Sorry, Carl, you can continue.
No, that's good.
Yeah, just destroyed it.
Cyrus looks at you both and goes, "Well, look, I mean, we'll try our best, of course. I feel we're a little bit prepared. If you want to send us out, whatever happens, happens. Think nothing more of it. I mean, who are we in the grand scheme of things?"
Who is he talking to?
To the table.
And who was that?
Cyrus.
So he was listening to these guys talk about following him?
Across from him the entire time at the table, just
Definitely telepathically. I mean,
So with your
Ikram might do
invisibility,
that.
Can you cast that on multiple people or just on one person?
Yeah, I can upcast it and target other people.
Okay.
That's just funny as. Alright, well, after that conversation, if that actually happened, Belvin's just gonna be like, I think I'm done for the night.
Carl, are you younger than us? I feel like you are.
Yes.
Is he? We're the same age.
Or is he the same age?
I'm 27.
Yeah, so same age.
When's your birthday?
1st of April.
Oh, he is old.
He's older than us.
By like 4 months
What?
for me. You guys, it's like what? 6 months, 7 months,
I think your timescale is
8 months.
off by a lot.
April.
All right,
Did you say August?
June.
No, you
April.
said April.
Ah,
I'm-
sorry. I heard August.
So Belvin,
1st of April.
you get up. You're
I think
retired.
your
Ooh.
time scales. I
Imagine
think
your
your
mum.
hearing's a bit off, mate.
Oh, congratulations. April
Belvin,
Fools.
you get up and retire to your room.
Yes.
But it's August.
You leave the table.
And we'll go to bed probably. If they're gonna head
When
off
do
in the
these
morning.
guys plan on leaving? In the morning.
At this
why.
current time, they haven't really set a plan. They're still kind of getting past the whole. We just got our butt kicked yesterday, so let's recuperate for a bit. Actually,
Just gonna clear it up that we definitely did talk in private about our plan.
fair.
Yeah.
Because
That'd be funny.
kind of
yeah.
defeats the purpose of having a secret plan if we talk about it in front of them.
It's just one of the.
I
You
know.
know how, like,
It's like,
in
oh,
movies
shit.
that they talk about a plan that there's that person who's always forgotten about.
Like,
It's
oh,
like,
so when are we going to follow them?
I'm right here.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I am I understand that. I was trying to go on Josh and Cyrus.
I am a forgiving God.
Smart.
Who would you say? Who's their group leader?
Uh,
Do you
currently,
think that'd be
Roll the d4.
currently,
I've
no
gotten
one.
the two
Like-
dudes' names.
Like between you four, no one really in particular. It's more they work as a group.
Fair enough.
So we have 3 leaders plus Sandstorm.
I feel like there's more leader people in our group, but I am definitely not one of them.
I just make the plans, and I'm like, do you guys want to do this? And a lot of the time it's like,
And I'm
yeah.
just cool with them, whatever.
Depends on the situation, I think.
It,
Like,
it very much
Belvin's
depends. on the
definitely the face of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, fearless
Which
leader.
is which is fair enough because the most charismatic
Charismatic.
one, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes
Probably has
sense.
the most
like, yeah, like
morals
you're
as well.
generally the leader, but and then like say if we're in the forest or whatever, I kind of take a little bit more command, and then if it's something
then-
magic related or whatever, Luke kind of takes control.
That's what I mean. It depends on the situation, really.
Who's this Luke guy?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Casimir, you mean?
Yeah. My ruse.
Wait, who's Casimir?
Wait, Casimir is Luke?
18 years of planning, and you just uncovered my plans?
We're going to skip forward in time.
Oh my god, we can't do that.
Just by a couple of months. Belvin approaches the group with something to ask. Serious tone on his face. This is about a month after the morning of meeting the Eladrin Ishkrin. Melvin comes up and places. It seems to be the letter that Talos gave him on the table. You are
Everybody
muted.
has,
Oh, sorry, no, you're not.
which
Sorry.
everybody has seen.
Yes.
Which is what I have shown.
Many months ago.
Yes. I'm just saying.
Can we refresh the contents of said letter?
Yes.
I remember she
I will-
said she felt bad or something, and then she's like, "Oh, I can protect you," something along those lines.
So I'll show it for you both, and I'll read it out. I didn't think it'd be wise to come myself, brother, but apologies for sending Kush unannounced. I mean no ill will. There are some things I have to tell you. I thought I wanted power, a power that only Tiamat could give me. When the cult rescued me, when the cult rescued me, it was the first time I felt like I was part of something bigger, that I could make a difference in the world, that my destiny wasn't controlled by our parents or the slavers, but by me. Mondaf saw my strength and encouraged me to move up the ranks, to aspire for the top. But I didn't care where I was or what I did as long as I was with her. Then when I heard about the attack on Greenus, I knew she was dead. I felt it somehow. I lost it all. All I wanted was revenge for her, and a life we could have had. I wanted to watch the world burn. But then I saw you again, brother. You and Sandstorm and Ikram and Casimir. You're all fighting so hard for what was right, despite everything. And I saw a power in the good. You know that if I go against Tiamat and the cult, I will forfeit my magic, everything I've worked so hard to build. But I've never realized that there was someone in this world who would still care about me. And protecting them is worth everything. You still have something I want, something that I need to be at peace and move on with my life. But I'm no longer willing to take it from you by force. I have information that you might find of interest. And I can offer you all protection from the cult, killing all who would know of this place you call Riverguard. You know where to find me, because can also provide you with a sending stone if need be. Hope you're well, and I look forward to seeing you again. Be well, Talus. Casimir, you remember the name Mondath? You melted her face with acid.
Yeah, the lady that ordered the attack on Greenest and killed tens or hundreds of innocent people. So I don't feel bad about that at all.
You know for a fact that she was more or less following the orders of one Rezmir, the Black Worm Speaker as well. It seems like Lang de Rosa and Mondath were the underlings, basically the generals used to carry it out. But still.
It does not. You can't just say, oh, it was my boss that made me do that.
No, I agree.
But just to clarify...
It was all my boss's fault.
Okay, yep. Well, Belvin puts the letter on the table. And... announcing...
I've been expecting something to come of this.
Carl? Is that what you wanted me to do now? Am I announcing something now, or?
Yes. Your intentions.
Okay. I plan on contacting Talus and following up from this letter. Was it last night? The other night, I was revisiting the Black Dragon helmet, which reminded me of this letter, which I have, and he pulls down the sending stone, which I have already sent a message to her. It had entailed that we need to talk in a neutral zone, though. Well, in a way. In the next coming months? Question mark? I plan on going to Greenus to visit my father, see how he's doing. And I plan on meeting Talus in Greenest, which to me will show that she's willing to go back to her roots, which hopefully I can convert her and bring her back to us. And I know
Well,
I
good
didn't.
luck, mate.
And I know I didn't want to keep this from you, and I know your distrust of her. But I had to try, and I have to try.
Well, if that's your choice, man, I'm not going to try and stop you.
Yeah, I'm hesitant about letting you meet her alone, seeing as what happened last time.
Look, I'm a bit more wiser now. Bit stronger than last time we met. I have confidence in myself that I will see if she tries anything like she did last time. I'll be able to see it.
And what did you agree on with her?
What?
What was the agreement? Like, that you'd meet alone? Just the two of you in Greenest? With your father?
We would meet in Greenest. Whether we both meet father or not is probably to be seen at the time. But the main thing would be us meeting and talking at times. Or at that time.
I won't stop you if you allow me to watch magically the entire time.
Sure.
It's a little invasive.
If that
I'm being
puts
cautious
that,
as fuck.
if that'll put your mind at ease about it. Because in any way I do hope to fix the distrust everyone has. It is my goal to have Talis back. But
Alright. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
With that, Belvin makes his way through teleportation down towards Candlekeep, and then makes the 4-day journey towards Greenest. A hard ride.
I could, from Riverguard, I could teleport him to Candlekeep. So it's not like several months' journey.
Yeah. So that way, it's not too much.
So it's like a few weeks instead of a few months.
And you ride to the location of Greenest, and in the outer regions of the hills, you notice high up in the sky, real high, something on the wing that it can barely glance. It's only through your draconic helm that you're able to spot it. By picking up its scent, high up, dancing in the clouds, a dragon, peacefully flying, gliding, dancing, even among the clouds.
Just going to take up some marks from Talisman's
Funky
assessment
dragon.
there.
Sudden,
Just taking some marks off Talisman's assessment there. Talisman. Like, yeah, nah. Bringing a dragon, not a great start to this peaceful meeting.
Gotta have a mode of transport, I guess.
You see only Belvin. With your scrying, you see only Belvin.
Straight up hate.
Not you can't see like into the 100 meters up in the air. And I would like to welcome to the stream Consulting Detective, aka Jess, aka Alice.
We haven't seen you in ages.
Hello again.
Oh, hoi hoi.
I forgot we had a guest coming in.
I'm gonna have to just shift everything around.
Yeah.
Magic professional streaming. Whoa. Whoa.
I didn't know we were having a guest until
You are muted,
the stream started.
Jess. Muted.
Sorry, I was just trying to figure out why there was two sets of both voices talking to me at once. Hello.
Hello. It's been a while.
It
Cracking.
has about a year, I reckon, at this
Oh
point.
shit, it's been that long.
Oh, maybe not quite.
It's been a while.
There's no way we've been gone for a year, really.
No, that's true.
You're-
And
you're our first guest, right?
Yes.
yes.
Started the trend.
Hell yeah.
We haven't killed her off yet. What are we doing?
Yeah, you should probably get on that.
Oh, don't worry, we're all over it.
They're trying. They're trying, trust me.
How
Yeah.
could you?
I ain't trying anything. I'm giving her
Yeah.
a fair chance, which she
Yet.
may not deserve after what she's pulled.
You don't even know what she pulled. Like, nobody heard it.
Fully. No one fully knows.
No one fully knows.
Because
What
that
do you
makes
think
it
you're
heaps
Yeah.
better.
Well, I don't want to metagame
Same.
it though, so.
You're an assessment right now, alright? I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I know. 2 points off for the sick landing on
Yeah.
the dragon.
Minus 10 points to Slytherin.
As you come riding up along on the back of Kayla, your summoned mount, you see sit on the edge side of the, standing on the edge side of the green hills that lead in towards the town of Greenest, is a casually dressed, purple robed figure that stands there, hair kind of softly blows in the wind.
Who's
As you approach, you see that it is Talus.
Oh,
Just-
wait, or did you
the
think
s-
that
the
it was my
small-
hair was blowing in the wind?
The small
I mean,
pixie
you have
cut,
longer hair than I do.
well, the small pixie cut fringe blows gently in the wind as it's breezing by. Talus, you look up in the air, you see Glazehail flying around before it begins. The dragon itself begins to head west, off into
So I'm not
direction.
bringing the dragon into Greenest. It's fine. I'm a
Oh,
nice
did
person,
she get some
I
brownie
promise.
points then? Kev?
Casimir can only see Belvin, remember?
And
Trying to, like, sort out stream shit, read my spells to see what it does.
Yeah, look, I
guys.
hadn't even loaded Roll20. I'm a disaster. Alright, where are we at?
What? We're playing on Roll20?
Roll 20? What?
I mean, what? I don't know what you I don't know what you're
perfect.
talking about.
The stream was,
No way!
the stream was prepped for the guest arrival. No one noticed anything.
No, not at all.
No, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
hmm
Sandstorm's gone. We lost him. He died.
Rip in pieces.
Yeah, he's ripped in letters.
It's now Talus and Co.
Lettuce?
Lettuce.
This is my game now.
Shit. Just gonna mind control us all and take over.
Yeah, no.
She confessed!
Who knows?
Casimir, you don't ask the questions here.
Talus, as you stand
You
by
have
this,
no power.
Where is this voice coming from?
Talus, as you stand on this hill by this tree, you look over. You feel the presence of someone. The familiar magics you know of, the dragon helms. You see over. You see on this pearl white horse, this exquisite stallion riding in new plate mail with a dragon scaled shield.
How far away?
Probably about 60 feet away. Just on the road.
Cool. Well, he's seen me also. Yes.
Were you?
Are you hiding?
You stand
I'm
out.
not-
There
a
is
lot.
there is just a lone figure on the hill next to a tree there. So
I'm glad we coordinated this so well.
Yep, nailed it.
I would approach the figure. Obviously.
Belvin, you
That one.
see that it is your sister, Talus. By herself, still in purple themed robes, just not of the cult. They're just very exquisite and expensive looking.
Belvin will just pull the horse just to the side, jump off, and kind of overwhelmed a little bit with emotions, and kind of walk up and just kind of hug Talus,
Um,
and then
she sort of. Sorry.
oh no, I was gonna say, and then realized what he said. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so forceful in that way.
She, would pull back in surprise, but then kind of just have a half smile and just say, "Oh, fancy seeing you here." We're back to see a father. How long's it been for you?
A year, almost.
Yeah. Nearly a year.
Yeah.
How long's it actually been for me?
Probably
Okay.
about 9.
9, 10 years.
Yeah, nearly 10 years.
Has he changed much since we left? Well, since I left.
Mum has.
Shut up, Cassian. He after hearing about your disappearance, he was quite shook up and emotional for a time, but he got back to business, ran the guards in Greenest as he always has. But last I saw him, Mother passed away, and last I saw him, he was quite defeated. So that's kind of why I'm hoping to see him and see how he's doing. But first,
She just looks kind of like drawn, like she just kind of pulls back and says, "You say passed away. I don't think that's what you mean."
she was killed during the dragon attack on Greenest almost a year ago. She was killed by the half dragon Langderosa.
And has Langderosa been dealt with?
Yes. We made sure of that.
That's good, at least. There's been so much bad news. Too much.
There has. But I was thinking, how far away are we from Greenest?
10-minute walk. You can see the town just over the next couple of crests.
Okay. Before we make our way into Greenest, I think we should have a talk here. Sort out where we both are.
I am sure that is wise. And if you wish to talk here and now, then that is what we'll do.
Only because,
So Cholt.
only because I want to. I want to make sure we are on the same page before we go in and you show yourself to Father.
And what page is that?
Well, hopefully, one away from the cult.
My path was set for a very long time until you crossed it. I would be willing to help. And eventually, if the time arose, stand with you against the cult in return for one thing. And that is the location of Mondath and her remains. I have. You do not need to decide now.
I, to be honest, that condition is not what I was expecting.
And what did you expect of me?
And then he's just kind of place his hand on the helm that he's got hanging off his belt. Something I thought that you were after from the beginning.
I was not sure of my intentions when first we met. But I no longer wish to watch the world burn.
And Belvin's eyes kind of just light up and has a bit of a smile. Well, that just makes me very happy to hear, Talus. And of course, from those conditions, I will be happy to show you where Mondath's remains are. It was in a cave of some sort, right, Carl?
Yeah, just really quickly.
A day's ride
It was
east of Greenest.
It was the cave where the kobold army and stuff were stationed in front of, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. All right, I thought so. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't somewhere else.
I also have a quick thing.
Mhm.
Is there any chance I can sense that Casimir's also watching?
Bruh. Spell that.
Are there any spells that would be able to sense his sensor on Belvin?
I am just
Right.
sorry. I haven't.
Belvin agreed to be willing to this.
We literally discussed this last night. I haven't looked at my spells.
In regards,
I don't think I've got anything.
No, unless you'd already
It's alright.
passed it around the area, you would.
Well,
No, we all good.
just well, Belvin actually, Belvin will be happy to even tell us.
There's
and
this fucking betrayal going on
just-
here.
Just so you know, this meeting here is currently being scried upon by Casimir. As I said in my message, that they all quite distrust you.
I
Defeats the purpose
actually
of the
didn't-
test.
did not expect. I actually did not expect for you to come alone. And of course, it is Casimir who did, and rightfully so, break my charm on you.
Yes, and that is why I thought it'd be best if he did want to, just to witness this talk.
Is it just you that can hear this, Kaz, or am I kind of like listening in through your ears or something? I don't know. Like sharing.
After hearing
headphones.
that, he's not gonna like not tell her. It'd be different if it was a bit more.
The purpose of the scrying is so Kaz can ascertain her intentions. If you tell her that she's being scryed, then it's like...
Which we just had the conversation.
Words mean shit. I want to see some fucking action.
Alright. Well, too bad. Belvin told us. So,
That's fine. Too late.
Doesn't
Too
matter.
late. I know.
Belvin's too.
What do you think?
Am
that
I
was,
standing in the dark
think
here?
that I lied at him before?
No. All right, so Ikram, you can have the information.
I would be passing it on to Ikram.
Okay, no worries.
It's
I'm just sort of sitting there
basically
like
casting
standing
minor
next to
illusion.
Casimir, like,
Do you know what I'm picturing? I'm picturing, like Dragon Ball Z when King Kai can like transfer like.
Yeah.
Like
I've
go
just got a
hand on
little,
the back.
little
back or
projector.
something.
Yeah.
No, I've got a
Yeah,
little
hold his
projector
back
going.
They can both talk.
Got a little projector. of
Through
minor
clever
illusions.
use of spells, you can hear Ikram.
Okay. All right. Well, from that,
Of course, if Father is expecting us, we should be on our way. We can discuss more later if you are ready now.
yeah.
Although, feel free to ask
No.
me any questions that you have.
I'm sure there is more we have to discuss, but the main topic has been addressed so far. But as I said, we can discuss more on the way. And then Belvin's just gonna get on his horse and offer a hand out to Talus.
on your horse.
On your bike.
He has a horse.
Mate,
Um,
I gotta summon Steed.
Noble
I-
steed.
will accept that. Accept his arm.
Alice gets on top of, gets in the back and rides with Belvin as you both go into Greenest.
Let's
Yes.
meet Faja.
As you come into the small town of Greenest, not much has changed. It seems like progress has been slow on the town.
I want it to be known that Talus, like, as she comes in, she looks around and her face is sort of like blank, but can tell that she's like taking in sort of everything.
As you make your way through the town, you guys, the both of you get a couple of looks just from some of the farmers and town folk. Not much has changed through the town itself, other than a couple of new buildings and a more fortified, a few new fortifications of new guard forts and lookout towers. The Greensfield Keep also has a couple of ballistas up on top of its battlements.
So did they see the dragon that I flew in on? No.
Everyone seems to be at peace.
Thankfully not.
Okay, good.
As you had instructed Glazehail, the dragon was instructed to dance among the clouds high above.
Nailed it.
Fall.
Nailed the stealth.
Nice.
And being a white dragon, quite easily.
Especially in clouds, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Champion camouflage.
After asking a couple of the guards that are in and around, they inform you that Castellan Serpenthelm has become the sheriff of the town. They instruct you that since the passing of Governor Nighthill due to a winter's chill, martial law has been invoked on the town. and Castellan currently resides at the keep.
Right.
Does anybody recognize Belvin?
There's a couple of guards that just kind of like give you a wide berth and a look.
Only because
Seeing-
he's literally wearing nothing and has a beard, long hair, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, everyone's just like, okay.
Do I have the sword?
Do you have the sword?
I would say I would have the sword.
Okay.
Belvin has a sword as well, but
Belvin-
it looks a
Yeah,
little
but is
bit
it
different.
the sword?
Yeah, but mine has been been modified a bit. So
You both have a sword. You both have a sword.
Excellent.
Just someone has a certain family crest on it.
yeah, Talus. Mine was father's sword, just his standard sword though.
Yeah.
That I made into a man. Hey,
You
Not
guys
good
make
enough. That's what you get when you're first born. Sorry.
after a guy does this double take and looks up at you, and Talos, and goes, "Excuse me, miss, but where did you obtain that sword?"
It was given to me by right.
Okay, come with me, ma'am. Sir, please bring your horse and follow me. They take you up to the keep.
You're under us, you dirty bandits.
Maybe should have had
I got it.
have a little bit of a shave before you came, Belvin.
Should have brought your license.
Not looking yourself, you see.
I've grown accustomed to the beard and the hair.
As you come into the busy keep, you see up on the barricades, training some soldiers in drills of crossbow bolts. Well, the working of crossbows is Kemid, the knight that was a part of Ravenforge,
Hey.
the Heroes Guild. As you come in and get off Kayla, the guard goes, "Wait here," calls over to his friend, "Bert, come in, watch these two," and goes running into the keep.
I'm gonna lean over to Belvin and say very softly, "You did inform him we were coming, right?" That's not a good sign.
I'm gonna say no, because I didn't tell Kyle he would have. So
We're fucked.
Running on out the doors in a massive hush, this man, reddish beard now graying, his hair has been cut short as well. Running up to you, he's got this tattered maroon cloak and this breastplate that has a symbol of the Greenfields. And he comes running up and goes straight up to Talos and goes, "Tell me now where you got that sword."
Belvin's just gonna
And raise his hands up.
Belvin's just gonna stand there and stand in front with his arm out, sort of thing. It's just like, calm down, father.
Does she not look familiar?
And then I'll say, "Do you not recognize me?"
He's gonna like blink at you and look at this bearded, long-haired man next to him. And just go, "What'd you say? What did you say?"
Father, it's me, Belvin. And next to me here is Talus.
It's only been 9 years.
You see,
They all
he's.
thought you were dead, remember?
I thought you were dead, and I heard about you, Belvin, but it can't be.
Well, we're here.
And he kind of steps in towards Talus, hand out, and tries to touch her shoulder. We thought you were dead. Weeks turned into months as we tried to find you. I'm so sorry. You see, he begins to welling up on tears. He goes, you found her.
Well, I found them actually sneaking around my house one night.
Them? Come inside. Come inside. He turns around for a second, then turns back and brings you both in for a hug. And begins to cry.
Just kind of do like a like I'm not used to this. And
Well,
just say,
Belvin will
2
embrace-
hugs in one day.
Belvin will embrace the hug from his father.
Let me get that. This
How
makes
tall-
a record.
How tall is Castellan actually?
He's about 6'2". You're taller than him.
Okay.
Am I? I don't know how tall I am. I'm not.
You're not
Sure,
as
I'm
tall.
not. Sure, I'm not. I'm a giant lady.
you take after.
I'm
Mother.
5'8". I'm still reasonably tall.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
You're like a midget to Belvin, though. He's huge.
Hello out there.
How's the weather?
Yeah, Belvin's 6'5". So.
That is
Yeah.
too tall.
That's why you can see the dragon, because he's literally in the clouds.
Yes, just already up there. He's
Yeah.
good.
What are you doing up here?
That's why when I pictured when he came in and hugged Talus, it's just be like.
Yeah, just over the top. Oh,
Head to the breastplate, just like. Deuce.
I'm suffocating an armpit.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yes.
As Castellan takes you inside, as your father takes you inside the keep and he sits you down, he calls straight away for meals to be brought out, meals and drinks to be brought out, a time of celebration to be called, and sits down with you. You notice,
Giants.
just to make it a bit clearer, stream, unless you want to zoom all the way in, Mr. Stream. Castellan sits down with you and just asks, what happened? I'm so glad you still have the sword. Still hold the sword, but I'm so glad you're safe, Talus. Belvin, where have you been all this time?
I think Belvin should go first.
Does he mean where's Belvin been all this time, or tell us?
Where's Belvin been all this time? And it's just, he's just looks so happy to see that Talus is alive at the point of not recognizing her, as she looks entirely different to what she looked like when she was a child.
Surprising how that happens.
Yes.
Puberty hit.
Well, after we left here, we followed the attackers on Greenus, which led to investigations onto the cults of the dragons, which there's too much to remember now.
You spend a good portion of an hour informing him about your adventures and your exploits.
And meeting Uncle Onthra. Onthrathrum.
He goes into detail telling you that ever since the dragon attack, there has been much support for the town, but it's been slow, especially during the winter, and it's very unfortunate that Tarbin Nighthill, the governor of Greenus previous, passed away due to old age and a severe chill.
We were sending supplies to Greenus, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the start, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Did Belvin mention that Talus is a cultist?
No,
Quite high up?
no. If
Partner of the one who attacked the town?
if
Shut
she
up,
chooses,
Casimir.
if she chooses to, she can inform. This is not Belvin's place. He asked what Belvin did.
I'm just checking.
Casimir, you just do your own thing, all right?
I am doing my own thing.
Casimir's just spending,
He's live
spamming,
tweeting.
sending spells, just going,
I'm
huh,
just
what
like-
about this? What about this? What about this?
And then can I just put him on mute?
Very...
Yeah, just shush.
It's alright, I'm taking notes.
But he welcomes you into the keep with welcoming arms, and you spend a good portion of the afternoon catching up.
Yeah. So, do you want me to roleplay this out, or
Yeah, if you want to roleplay this out.
there is so many things. I wouldn't want. Are there other people around us? But
There's a few servants in here as well, a couple of guards.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, could we
we
have a
should
moment,
stay. Yeah.
Father? just between us.
Oh yeah, of course. And he gets up and just shoos the guards and other people away. They leave.
I don't think Talus would know that he doesn't know.
Who doesn't?
Like, because if how long ago was the attack?
A year.
Nearly a year ago.
So you haven't seen him since the attack at all.
We pretty much
I thought
helped.
you were dead as well.
Right. God. Yeah. With everyone thinking that I'm dead.
Awkward.
Right. Okay. God. Time
Hey.
for me to remember literally everything about Talus that I've ever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You said you wanted to roleplay it, so
Oh, I mean, we cannot. I can just give you a rundown.
Do I have time to get popcorn?
stop
You-
point.
you can definitely tell. Yeah.
Can I just do a little rundown thing?
Yeah.
instead?
Give
Do
him
you
a
want me to
rundown.
do that, but
Just
flourish
give him a
it?
rundown. Run down and flourish.
I would tell him that I was obvious. I'll tell them about how I was enslaved, obviously, and where, and that it was soul crushing, to say the least. Especially considering that I thought they would have found me. Not to put any guilt, just saying.
He
I
goes
was
full guilt.
12. It's fine though, because Mondath saved me. And that's where things get uncomfortable. And I think at this point, like, Talus is pretty resigned to just being told to fuck the fuck off. Excuse me, is this PG? Can I swear in this? I'm not.
Swear
That's
for your
right.
life.
It was
Oh,
PG.
How dare
Right,
you.
now we have to put PG-13.
So sad.
PG-13.
I think that, yeah, at least. And she'd sort of like lower her head a little bit, and talk about how when she was saved, it was liberating, but at the same time, it felt like it was just another, like, working for another person in another time, and just because she was getting paid and getting power for it didn't make it any less like she felt like she belonged. But then Mondath encouraged her to move up, and she felt like she had no one left. And so she wanted to belong to something, and that was the cult. And are they staying quiet while I talk about this, or is there a reaction that needs to happen here?
At the first mention of the cult, his eyes go wide and he kind of pushes back in his chair. He's just mouth agape.
At that, I would like to sort of look up at him and say, would you like me to continue, or would you like me to leave?
I'm going to make a roll for that.
Oh, God.
It is a very touchy subject, considering his wife's current status.
Yeah, she's also my mum, so, you know.
Yeah.
He's gonna ask me to leave, isn't he? Good.
I lost Kayla. That night, I thought I'd lost Belvin as well. How dare you come back here?
At
What
that
makes you
point,
think you can make this right?
at that point, if Belvin was watching, he would probably see just like a resolve sort of snap down. And she will stand up and say, I wish to cause you no more hurt, and I will leave immediately.
But before she does, Belvin will stand up himself and be like, Father, can't you see that she's trying to make things right by being here? Yes, the stuff she has done in the past has caused so much hurt. We did lose Mother that night, but at the same time, we didn't have Talus as well. This is an opportunity for us to rebuild our lives with Talus in it now. We have a family member here who we thought was lost, and who is ready to come back to us from the darkness she was in. Can you not see that, Father? Would you like me to roll on that, or
Yeah, roll a persuasion.
Okay.
He's going to roll an insight.
I'm so stressed.
I am going to use an advantage dice for this. Persuasion. Yes.
How are we going in that point tally?
Oh, I'm making points, don't worry.
No pressure. No pressure. There's not an exam at
It's
the
like,
end.
oh no. Me scribbling doesn't mean anything.
It's okay, I can't see you. I just know you're there.
It's gonna be one of those things where stop writing.
You can feel the condescending spying.
Stop writing.
I can't stop.
The person's like, don't
No.
stop that.
No.
Just ran out of paper. I'm going up my leg.
Yeah. How'd I do?
Stop writing on Ikram. Stand still.
He stands up and looks at you, Talus. Stares hard at you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, God. This did not go well. Oh.
Dodge the boulder trap.
Oh! Okay.
You flinch as his hand comes and slaps you across the face. And you see his eyes are tearing up. And he just... I felt like I had lost everything. I had lost you. I had lost Kayla. I had lost Belvin to some ridiculous chase, and you tell me that you were a part of them.
To be fair, I lost you a long time before you lost me. And she's not going to touch her face. She's just going to turn and leave. She leaves her back exposed, though, which I think is important.
You see, as you say that and begin to turn, he's... there, at those words, there is... a chord's been hit. And his demeanor changes. As you turn and leave, he yells, I'm sorry!
She stops but doesn't turn around.
I just want our family back. I'm sorry.
She turns and says, that's all I've ever wanted.
Please don't be the monster they make. Please don't be the monster they make you sound to be like that. Don't be that anymore.
Why do you think I'm here? Because it sure wasn't to get a slap in the face and leave.
You leave the keep. Out the door. Belvin, you see your father just sits down and slump. Defeated. A whole range of emotion going through him right now. There's anger, there's hate, there is regret, there is sadness.
Belvin's just gonna kind of walk around beside him and just like place his hand on his shoulder and be like, she was practically alone all those years. Influenced in what she thought she had to do to keep herself going. Yes, it wasn't the right decision she made at the time, but I think now we can have her a part of our lives now. I think she is ready for that. And I'm willing to accept her.
He puts his hand on yours and says, Take care of her. I will get in contact when I'm ready. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Take the time you need, Father. I was just happy to see you.
Just want to mention that I didn't actually leave. I just walked out the front door.
Copy that.
She went out the front door and then came back in through the window. And she's just
Now I'm
spying.
I'm gonna steal shit now.
Kick me out.
I left, to
And
be
then-
fair.
And then Belvin's gonna walk out. And then come over to Talus.
Just
Be
want
like-
to...
And just, are you alright?
I could have expected. I definitely expected worse. I just didn't want to cause him any more pain. And I don't think Mother's death has properly sunk in for me yet. Just was all a bit much. And then she wants to pull out the sword and say, I think that maybe Father should have this back. But I don't know if it'll go down well coming from me.
Look, I think you should hold on to it still. Truly represent the sword that you carry. I don't think there's anything coming from you giving it back to Father.
I just don't know if I'll ever, how I ever can earn back his affection. But I will try my best to keep yours. And she'll sheath it again.
And Belvin's just gonna place both his hands on her shoulder and be like, actually, I totally lost the train of what I was doing there.
Me too.
Comforting, hands on shoulders.
There was actually a line I was going with that. Oh yes, yeah. Father will come around. It's just gonna take some time for him to really sink in. But I'm proud that you were able to tell him those things, which
Well,
just truly cemented in that you're ready to be, at least, even if Father takes it some time, but you're tempted to patch things up again.
he would have found out eventually. I'm just glad that you were here with me to be the bearers of bad news. Just thinking about Casimir still listening to literally everything. Because she knows that, like, they would have told him.
See,
super
Brad,
fast,
this
so.
is why you don't tell people that you're spying. Because then they choose their words.
Only the words that he's going to find out eventually anyway.
Yeah, just remember that.
Look, I was proud to be here, and as this reunion didn't go the best, but I was happy that it had happened. Same way.
Well, I'm still alive, so it's better than I thought.
All right. Well, would you like to visit Mother's grave? Maybe that will kind of cement it all in for you.
I think that's proper.
You know, on the southeastern facing hill of the keep, there were tombstones laid for those who lost their life during the raid of the cult nearly a year ago.
Oh, she's going to see some names she knows.
Yeah. Some of these names include... Boy.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember, like,
Let's play a character at the tipping point. Hope you don't die from feels. Or
Some of these names
Chasm.
involve
Could be.
Darak Baldirk and Jarrod Baldirk, the dwarven baker and his 2-year-old son at the time.
Yep.
The stable hand known as Miska Hardgold and her children, Mia and Serena. The the three elves of the Fairy Tales Cafe: Orst, Perrin, and Keyleth. The priest from the Temple of Chartney, Orga Minda, who was the priest that blessed you on your birthdays as you grew up. And then finally you come across Kayla Serpentine. It's a small tombstone, fleet stone, probably about this wide, this tall, about 2 inches thick. Well, not 2 inches thick, probably about 5 inches thick of just roughly chiseled stone.
While we were walking through, I think Talus doesn't look. She looks like she's personally like taking on the guilt from every single one of the graves that they pass, like remembering all the interactions and just kind of like not upset, but like taking them each as like a blow. Are there any like, this is weird, but are there any rocks, like biggish, like stones near the grave?
Just from the general vicinity of the land, yeah, there you can definitely find some rocks.
Cool, I want a pretty one. Can I make a roll for it? I just really want to roll something other than a dex.
Make an investigation check to find
Beautiful.
a nice rock.
Oh
Is
my
a
god,
part
my
of the ground.
investigation's so bad. Good. All right. I get the ugliest rock ever.
Yeah, it's jagged. Looks like a piece of Belvin doesn't find. It looks like
Reveal
looks
your true
like-
intentions.
He's like, what the fuck are you looking for?
it looks like the edge of a crumbled section from a gravestone.
What have I got in my pockets? Nothing good. Okay. That makes this moment a lot less touching. That's fine. She wants to. She's like, kind of like, oh well, this is the best I get, I guess. And sort of approach the grave and put it on the headstone. And then turn to look at and just sort of like whisper a prayer from her childhood, I'm gonna go with.
Yeah.
Uh,
Belvin, you recognize an old prayer of Chanti, the goddess of harvest and growth.
and then sort of turn to Belvin and sort of look at the rock and say, stones will remind them that stones last forever. Hopefully, wherever she is, she knows that I've been here. And then if you want to say something, that's a go.
You can see Talus is
She's
rocked.
not great. Not great.
Belvin. Belvin is going to take his necklace off that has his symbol out, his holy symbol, and he's going to just sit it at the base of the tombstone and then put his hand on the tombstone and just be like, I'm sorry, Mother. I was there, but I couldn't protect you. But know that our family is still together. Even with you gone, your memory still remains. And may Helm always protect you.
You both gain inspiration.
And then Belvin will get up and turn around and just kind of one arm over Talos, just to hugging, just kind of like a support.
She sort of like half leans on his shoulder and then realizes, like what she's doing and stops. But is still doesn't like shake him off or anything.
Right, he's not like holding her in like tight. He's
No,
just
just like
yeah.
no. No,
Not
she's
like-
not like trying to. She doesn't like she just doesn't shrug him off or anything.
It's not like he like went over here and was like, "Boos."
Yeah, she doesn't kind of like, no, I got it. I'm like, oh, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah. It's like
all good. Belvinger. All right.
Belvin's just gonna say to Talos, "It's like I can understand if you feel a great burden on yourself looking at this, but I think having you here amongst Mother, in a way, is a way of saying of forgiveness almost. And I know Mother would just be happy to see that you're alive and doing well. And just to see you.
She sort of nods her head in sort of thanks and understanding and says, we can't change what we've done, only what we do next. That's why I'm here.
What time of the day is it, Carl?
Roughly afternoon. Like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
We're
Alright.
gonna drink now? Is that what we do next, at it?
You know that the cavern is a day's ride away.
Yeah. I think we should rest here tonight. And I will show you where we need to go for Monday, tomorrow.
She kind of draws her head back a little bit, like almost like she was so caught up that she forgot, and then remembered and was like, "Oh, wow, that's why I came here." Oops. And nods and says, "If you would, I won't begrudge you a night with Father. I'm happy to find my own place to stay until tomorrow."
I'm not gonna let you stay by yourself here. I am gonna have a quick talk to Father and see if it's alright if we stay back at our childhood home.
If you're sure that's wise.
Can only ask.
As you go and ask Castellan, he the emotional wreck that he is now as well, does agree to it, but he stays pretty much reclused up in his room throughout the night. The
I'd
both of
be
you,
doing a bit the same.
yeah. It's a quiet night between the three of you, and you don't have much interaction. You all you both come awake in the morning.
Before that,
Belvin pretty much would have just been going through the
before
the
that,
house, kind of looking at it, just being like, oh, the childhood memories in here.
can,
Yeah, would he have offered us this particular room, or would I be, sleeping in my kid's room?
No, you not sleeping in your kid's room. You'd be sleeping in one of the guest rooms within the keep.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Do I even still have a room? Did they turn it into a gym?
You don't know. You haven't seen your house. You haven't seen the
the
actual.
serpent homes are just a
parents'
bunch
house.
of meatheads.
Pretty much. Casimir.
Oh, that's right. We're
Yeah.
at the keep.
I want to.
Are we staying at the keep? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Ah, got you.
Wait, no, don't we have a house?
You do.
Yeah, I think Belvin said that he wanted to stay at the house in our childhood home.
Yeah.
Okay. You go to you ask to stay at the house, and he allows you. Kenzie's left the keys. Not much has changed other than the keeping of old memories. Belvin, your room hasn't changed much other than the dust that it's collected. The room you once knew as your bedroom, Talus, has basically become a memorial room. There is old clothes, old trinkets and knickknacks from when you were young, and poems written by your mother.
When I see that, I just want to say, I don't know if Belvin's there or not. I just want to say, I guess they really did expect me to come back after all. Because she just did not think that at all.
To be honest, a part of me was always still looking.
I bet you didn't like what you found.
I found
No,
you.
Casimir didn't.
Casimir, you were saying before.
with
Yeah, sorry, you were saying a thing.
with a pretty fair case, I think, to not be happy with Talus.
She's not disagreeing with you.
So are they asleep now?
They're asleep.
So you're just gonna watch me sleep, you sick.
Creepy bastard.
Oh, that was
I'm
a
not
sus
even
roll
there.
over there.
And he's telling me all about it too.
Right, but
In
late
detail.
night. Got the lights off, just got the TV on.
Oh,
Um,
I don't think you guys knew, but Belvin generally doesn't sleep in anything, so...
I'm not watching Belvin now.
Oh, we know.
Can't watch me anymore.
I can censor out the scrying.
We've shared way too many tiny huts together.
It's pixelated.
Yeah, he knows. Casimir.
So, I am going to use the spell I've come up with, the dream spell.
Oh, gosh. This is ominous.
You've come up with.
So, well, in our game,
I made up.
I worked with Kyle to create this spell.
In his many months of study and practice throughout the couple of months that have passed since returning from Jolt, Casimir's own version of his own signature spell has come to fruition with the first successful casting.
Of dream. And I'm
Of
going
dream.
to contact Talus, like enter her dream, essentially. So, if you've seen Stranger Things, where it's just like the call it? Like the in-between?
Yeah,
Where it's just all dark
yeah.
everywhere, and there's like water on the floor.
Yep.
So, and
You
then...
can see what my dream is in the
You're
wall.
messed up.
No,
bro.
I create it.
Oh,
So I shape your dream.
okay.
And so in that darkness, there's just Casimir sitting at the end of like a long table, and there's another chair at the other end. And
You're a
Tal-
messed up human. Tiefling.
I'm just here to talk.
There are candelabras that are around the trees hanging off, providing some dim light.
No, it's just dark everywhere except for this table.
Okay. It's just dark except for the table. Table's lit, I guess.
Yeah, there's like lighting, but
Yeah.
it's more just like a glow around the area.
A glow. There's a glow. And Talis, you find your dreams shifting from what is an enjoyable but heart-wrecking dream at first, and then shifts to this, and you find yourself across from Casimir.
Am I aware that this is a thing that he's doing, or do I think that I'm dreaming?
It is your dream.
It feels like
Yeah,
a dream.
It just feels like a dream.
Feels like a dream. You dream of Casimir.
But I control
You're fully aware. No,
Oh,
no. It's,
Well, no,
I control it.
I control what I do.
yeah. You're aware of yourself, but
Yeah, cool.
in the environment around you, you're just
I guess I'll slowly approach the other chair and say, "This is very impressive.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Feel like I'm not going to be as well rested as I would if I was actually dreaming. Well, sleeping.
I'm not here to show hostility. I'm just
Want
here to
you to-
talk.
Can we see the bruise forming on my cheekbone at this point
yeah.
from the slap?
It's already there.
Excellent, sick. Just for flavor.
Yeah, the handprint has barely just subsided.
Definitely cherry.
I see, you got off lightly with your father?
Yes, not at all what I expected. But Belvin knew the risks going in, and I trust him.
It was a nice sentiment and a good start, I would say. But yeah, I think you're well aware that you have a very long and hard uphill battle if you're seeking redemption.
Yes, and I am aware that you would rather see me dead than redeemed.
I never said that at all.
You didn't have to.
I think you've got the wrong idea here.
Well, maybe
You've
give me the
done-
right one.
You've done a lot of wrongs to a lot of people, along with the cult. And I would have personally rather seen you imprisoned for your crimes. So you wouldn't be a threat to anyone else, but perhaps you could do some good. So
Yeah,
I'll be straightforward with you. I expect
Please.
your full cooperation, providing information on the cult, plans, personnel, resources, locations, anything we require.
In exchange for...
In exchange for your redemption, or at least the start of it.
So, you expect me to feed you all of the information that I have on the cults at high risk to all of our personal safety, but specifically mine, for nothing in return.
Nothing in return. You don't think the downfall of the cult would be play a large factor in your redemption?
I do, but I don't think the best way to use my eyes into the cult is every little facet. I believe there are big players in this game that you could that I could provide you.
Well, I think you're perfectly positioned to provide us with everything we need.
I am willing to cooperate. As long as it is known that the information is highly sensitive and acted on in a way that made sure we are all safe. Because acting on every little piece of information seems unwise when that could lead the cult straight to us.
I don't intend to just dive in head first. I know how to be discreet.
I believe it.
Unlike son, Belvin.
And so do I, which is why your little castle there remains hidden from everybody but me.
I imagine the redemption wouldn't be going too well if you routed out your brother to the cult, would it now?
No, you are correct. I can provide a suggestion of more protection. Although you are, of course, doing very well on your own. Gonna give you a Lego boost there, buddy. No, Casimir likes that.
I know Belvin likes flattery, but please, contain yourself.
Calvin doesn't like flattery. He's chill. You're like, yes, tell me my spells are good, and I'll love you forever.
Mate, I don't need you to tell me that my spells are good. Tell me
Yeah,
good.
true. Oh, I'm out of tea. Alright.
Oh, you muted Brad.
Shouldn't be.
What was that? Yeah. I can hear you now.
I was gonna say I shouldn't be. Kaz is like, yeah, you don't have to tell me. I already know I'm good.
So classic
I
Kaz.
mean,
Alright.
honestly, I think Belvin's being extremely naive in trusting you, like he is, after you've been a major figure in the cult for years.
I understand your hesitation, especially after last time.
Definitely. That's why I didn't want Belvin to go entirely alone.
I didn't expect him to be alone at all. But he's always got you to interrupt my dreams for him.
Like I said, I didn't come here with any
Savage.
hostility. I just came here to let you know
Fatality.
what I expect. If you are indeed being honest about your wish to be redeemed.
Yes. Well, as you know, a lot of the reason that I agreed to come to Greenest was to see Mondath. After that, I will be happy to, well, be hesitant, but happy to provide you with information regarding another dragon mask. And we can possibly discuss a worm speaker. But I would like to make the journey to the caves first.
What caves?
Is there a cave? Is it a cave?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
a
what she
cave. The hatchery.
Thank you.
Hatchery? Oh, where
Where
Mondath was?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You aware she led the attack on Greenest?
Under the leadership of Resmir, although that does not equate to her being blameless. I am
Exactly.
aware.
I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yes. After today, especially, I'm sure you saw everything. I it doesn't change the fact that she saved my life. And I believe that she would not want to see me on a path that got the entire world killed.
Honestly, I find that very hard to believe from a cultist of Tiamat.
So everything
motives
that I
aside-
have said.
Your
to
own
you-
motives aside, but Mondath, I didn't see any slivers of any redeeming qualities from her.
And
This-
yet she freed slaves.
This sucks so much not being a part of this conversation.
To
You
turn
are
them into
slave.
cultists?
I know.
Chill
this-
and you just,
How do you think I
just let
felt
it
when you
happen
were...
and you just laugh. It's funny.
This
He's
is
not
just
making-
so much pressure
He's
on
not
me, my
making
guys.
this. He's not making this
It's
easy
Increment
at
me
all.
next.
Belvin, you can be soft on your sister, but I'm just laying it out how it is. Like, she did some fucked up shit for years, and she ain't gonna get off easy for that.
So, you believe everything I have offered you tonight is a lie?
No. I believe you're genuine. Although I would have preferred if I could have watched without being noticed. But
Throwing shade
I'll
at...
take you at your word for now. You seem genuine in your meeting with your father.
If I'm going to be killed one way or another, I might as well try and make amends while on the path.
Don't be so cynical. We'll come out of
Says
this.
you. Yeah, you'll get out of it.
I said we.
I know.
That does include you. If you are being genuine. But,
And
like I said, you've got a long uphill battle.
I am well aware. Those
Nice.
months you spent in Cholt provided me with some eye-opening experiences. Although you will note that I did send my original letter before that.
Yeah,
About that.
let me give you some advice. Don't send your wyvern and your angry lieutenant to send a letter. Like, they did kind of scare all our citizens and attack our griffin. So in the future, please, just send a letter like everyone else.
How else was I supposed to get the letter to you?
Like everyone else.
Thought had not occurred to me until now. I just didn't think it wise that I came myself, and you can't trust anyone these days. Well, except me, of course. Ha ha ha. I make jokes now.
Well, coming by yourself would improve my opinion of you. Putting yourself in a vulnerable position.
Is that before or after you kill me?
I think it would be difficult for you to travel to us if you were dead.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Right.
Well, I say look forward to is a bit of an overstatement. But I await our next meeting in the waking hours. Unless
We'll see
you
how
have
trustworthy you
anything
are
else.
at that point.
The dream ends. And do you allow Talis to sleep, or will she wake up?
Will she wake up? No.
No?
Yeah, she has a proper sleep.
At which Talus has a relaxing, calming sleep. And wakes up and remembers the
wouldn't say
entire conversation.
Appreciate that.
You go, Belvin and Talus wake up the next morning.
Your pal wasn't impressed by the fact that you told him you told me he was there.
I think Belvin
Tell
could
you
have
that
guessed
for
that.
Yes, sending
what
spell,
happened?
sending spell, sending spell.
Yeah, fuck you, Belvin.
No, I probably wouldn't say that. That's fine.
Belvin's just like, what happened?
I just was told of the terms of our relationship last night.
Bye.
That's just Kaz's demands, by the way.
Well, oh yeah, oh my god, Sandstorm still exists somewhere.
Under a pile of letters and stuff.
Yeah,
Hey,
so many
Lettuce.
letters. So
And
many
lettuce.
lettuce.
Yeah.
So much lettuce. Cool. Yeah. But on to today's. Oh, do you want me to? I should answer that. Yeah, Casimir has picked up a new spell. I discovered. Well, I don't know if it's new or not. I probably wouldn't have said new, but
What did he do?
just had a chat about his conditions of my redemption.
Corporation.
No, you're not there. Don't speak words for me.
Hey, mate, you're twisting your words.
I'm not trying to.
Ah. Yes.
That doesn't sound like Casimir.
Casimir has always been
Crazy.
he's unforgiving is how I put it.
That's a good word.
I mean,
You've all been through a lot.
Casimir has his hatred for the cults is deep in his roots from when he was really young and being enslaved and mother dying. So
Yeah, it's
Which I'm-
a lot for anyone.
so
We have more in common than he likes to assume we do.
yes.
I'm the only one that acts like my mother actually died at the hands of the cult.
Mate, I just found out like 12 hours ago. Give it a break.
Are you saying Belvin doesn't?
He's pretty lenient.
To his sister? I
Who's
don't
that-
think he's
who's
lenient to every cult.
a high-ranking cultist.
Belvin and Talus
Yeah.
make their way across the plains and hills towards the cavern in which you first faced the raiders and cultists nearly a year ago. You head on into the abandoned cave, although there are still some remains of those cultists and those kobolds you faced. All the furniture that was within the caverns has begun to rot and decay away due to moisture and mildew build up. Even the statue of Tiamat rising out of the volcano with dragons sculpted to be flying around the volcano. Some of the heads, the white and the green, have broken off the statue, with the white one beginning to crumble. Over in the back corner, you see where the body of Mondaf lays. The majority of it is not a happy sight to see due to creatures nibbling, gnawing on it, and just general decay. As it's basically been half melted already with acid. And the rest has been, well, time has taken its toll.
It's only a year old.
Yeah. Critters biting at it.
So I
So-
see this, obviously.
Eventually, after Belvin leads you towards it.
Okay. I want to stop a bit away from that, but know that how, like, by the way that he's looking at it, that's where she is. I'm kind of gonna turn to him, like, just my eyes sort of glazed, and say, in order for you to trust me more, I have 2 things to tell you. One is that Neurovane was raised. He and the blood scale ritual has been perfected. And the second is that I am going to raise Mondath.
Didn't she say 2 things to make us trust her?
Do we want to call it there?
As the spell takes place, as Talus begins to raise.
No. Belvin Belvin needs to say something. I feel like before that, I feel
Belvin.
like you need to say something. I feel like we need to talk this out. Happens. Do we want to do this now, though? Is my question.
Casimir's got his popcorn out.
Are you still listening to him?
Yeah.
pretty well.
Oh my
This is
god!
next
I thought
day,
the spell
yeah.
ended.
This is the very
I-
next
I
day.
can recast
Did it
it.
again.
And I got
Okay.
the orb as well.
Can I just turn my mic on and off again? Oh, my webcam. It's been paused for like
Yeah.
half an
This-
hour.
This is the ending.
I just didn't want to interrupt anything.
It's okay.
I'm not swapping them around.
Don't swap them around.
That's fine. I will be Jess.
Hello.
And he
So-
hates me.
So you plan on bringing Mondath back? But wouldn't that be an aid to the cult itself?
I don't plan on bringing her back into the cult at all. I do not want them to know that she is alive again.
But can you trust Mondath herself not to go back?
Mondath is the only person who I trust above all else. And I believe that if I tell her how bad things are and how worse they will get, she will no longer follow the cult. I've seen things that you wouldn't believe. but so has she. And I need her to help me fight.
Talus. I can understand why and your need to bring Mondath back. She was the main reason why you survived till now. Gathered it was not in the righteous path, but I just can't guarantee that this action here is going to gain anyone else's trust.
What if there's a condition? That if she returns to the cult, or that we take her down together. Oh, I didn't like that at all.
Belvin is actually just gonna unsheath his sword, stick it in the ground, and that I'm happy for you to make that decision now and do it. But her decision, if you can't change her mind here, as long as it takes, doesn't matter how long, if her decision isn't changed and she goes with you, I will step in. You don't have to, but I will.
She bows her head at you saying that you would do that, and sort of breathes out like you've taken a giant weight off her shoulders. And her throat bobs, and she looks back up and says, I will change her mind, or I will die along with her.
Oh, that makes it even harder now.
As you, Talus, go over to...
They'll double team you.
As you go over to Mondath's corpse, it takes an hour in which you pull out these rare oils and incense as you begin to cast your reincarnate spell, performing a ritual. What do you say to the soul of Mondath to bring her back?
Does it have to be long?
Doesn't have to be long.
Okay. At the end of all of the spell casting, and I'm just exhausted, and I sort of just close my eyes and say, return to me, my love, and we'll make it right this time.
I'd like you to roll a persuasion check.
bees, for the love of fuck.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Big
nice.
bees.
Oh, that's a good first good roll, I think.
Now roll for me a D100.
Oh god.
Who knows what's good in D100?
And tell me what you get.
Dress.
It's for reincarnate. I think.
45.
$45.
Fuck, if she comes back soulless, I'm gonna puke or something.
I mean, she
I'm
already
back
was
in
soulless.
red.
So.
So stressed. Fuck you. This is not the time.
Taking into the factor of the new races, you see that she comes back in the form of a wood elf. Her once pale skin, now a brilliant olive, although she still retains her pixie cut. Her ears point out to the side, and her general form is much more slender than what it was. And she gasps, and you hear her voice again. She panics for a moment until she looks up and sees you. She's covered in nothing more than the tattered rags that she was left in after the acid burned through it and time has eroded and critters have bitten in through it. She panics and looks at you and sees you there and reaches up to your face and just yells, "Talus!" and embraces you in a hug and then grabs your face and just stares into your eyes.
I am openly crying. As I hug her, as I embrace her, pull back to look at her, and I kiss her. Like it's been a whole year and she was dead. Like that kind of kiss.
It is a exchange between lovers of passionate levels. And
then I draw back and grab a cloak. I'm sure I'm wearing a cloak.
you have an upper level of your cloak, of your robe.
Didn't think about the clothes situation.
Pull it out and just put it around her as you comfort her, and you both kind of just hug there on the cabin floor. Belvin standing beside his longsword. We will pan out on that scene as we wrap up tonight's tale of Dragon's Brew D&D.
Dragon Brew Z.
Exit music.
As Talus gains a level.
Jeez, you guys are hectic.
Where are the bad guys leveling up?
What level is Talus now?
14.
What are we?
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Oh, what level are you guys?
10?
10. Yeah.
Well, wait, what level was
I
Talus
mean-
when we first met?
13.
Oh, and we were like level
You should
7.
fight her. Like,
7?
Yeah, you guys are level 6.
6. Yeah, okay. At least.
Should have fought me. Would have been funny.
I'll fight you.
No, yeah, oh yeah. I'd like to see a punch.
Just a wizard versus like a cleric fighting.
Just fight. No spells.
Best of luck.
Be like them hitting each other with wet noodles.
I would like to thank Anxiety for
Yeah, I
joining
changed my
us.
name there. It's easier to say now.
Anxiety.
Ah.
I was like, what? That confused me a lot.
You are the embodiment of anxiety. Yes.
But I like it as anxiety.
Yeah.
You can drink
nice.
it.
Exactly.
Like I have been the whole night while
Yes.
filled with anxiety.
Thank you so much, Jess, for joining us tonight and
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Jess.
guys for having me.
coming back and reprising your role as Talus, and hopefully becoming more of a. You still have a few more things to let them in on, but we'll
Oh.
figure that out on the next couple of next couple of sessions leading up.
Don't make Jonesy more paranoid.
I mean, I was honest with this. Like, you've done some messed up stuff, and you have a lot to make up for. And everyone else is being extremely lenient on you for that.
The amount of times that I've just heard
right
you
out of
scream
this
and
whole
just been like,
situation.
my god, chill out, Casimir. Why are you so obsessed with me?
In which, Casimir, at the end of the year's break, you receive a nice wrapped up box in which,
Don't be a bomb.
going through all of it, you notice
Head
that
of Ikram.
it's not the head of Ikram.
It's
Your character.
He was my second father.
Inside this package is a chest. Within that chest, that has a key that's on top of the. That seems to be an invisible key that is basically just placed on top of the chest. But once you touch the key, it becomes visible again. Once you find it, it becomes visible. You unlock the chest. And within you sense a frigid frost aura emanate from this draconic artifact. And that's where we'll close this session. And that was at the end of the year break.
I have questions.
I have answers.
The
And
year
it's-
break.
Next.
You always have questions.
and on top of that is just a small little note that says T.
Who else do we know that has a name that starts with T? Fuck.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah, it is
Did
now.
I do that?
Yes.
But how would she do that if she's dead? Oh, spoilers. Nah.
Yes. Anyway, thank you for joining us tonight for Dragons Brew D&D. I am Dragons and Cats. I'd like to thank my entirety of my cast for tonight's session. And yeah, thank you so much. We are going to go to bed. Good night.
Thanks again, Jess. Shout out to Kyle as
Thanks.
always.
Guys.
Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, Kyle.
Do believe we are going to be off
job.
next week unless we want to pick up the story next. Yeah, we'll play some Tieflings next week. I don't know. I don't know if we'll be on next week.
So
See
we're
how
not,
I'm
we're
going
not having a break, are we?
Next week.
Yep, no,
But
yeah,
gonna have a
we're
better
off.
episode
Yeah,
break.
we are off for the next 2 weeks, ladies and gents. So
Yeah.
don't worry about that. Oh, peace.
Subject to change at a moment's notice.
Absolutely. Have,
Yes,
you met, have you met me?
Wouldn't be Carl without it.
Fair. All right.
Love the last minute.
Good night.
Alright.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Boy.